Hmm. Yeah, just breaking into people's cars. Apparently, you just gotta let them break in. You can't kill them. Can't shoot them. No, you can't shoot them. You could physically stop them, I guess. Just can't shoot them. I don't know why. Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Matt Shad. It's another episode of Unsupervised Saturdays. Yeah. Where we sit around and smoke and joke. Doing some smoking and joking. And not much else. I don't know. Ooh, what do I do here? There we are. Okay, I'm back. Somebody's here. Who that is? Anthony, what's going on, Anthony? How you doing? Good to see you. Deployed high fans. Yes, sir. Welcome to Unsupervised Saturdays. I'm just feeling some kind of way, like, meh. It's like, meh. Daniel Berry, sports and highlights. What's going on? How you doing? I'm just hanging out. Blue Butterfly, what's up? I'm just hanging out, smoking cigarettes, drinking beer, playing video games. Skull. KP Heathen, Stealing Tree, Wisconsin Farm Boy, Blackbird. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? I don't know. What y'all want to talk about? What y'all want to talk about? Y'all got some shit you want to get off your chest? Or ladies you want to put on your chest? I don't know. What's up, Cheryl? What's up, Robert? I can't even see. I can't even see chats going on. I'm playing my little video game. I'm like, I don't care. Whatever. You ever get like that? I did, Robert. I did. Gen 6, $619. Gen 6 Glock 19. I think I'm gonna get the full size. But just because it fits in my what's up, Dan H? It fits in my I got a Safariland holster, and it fits perfectly in there. So I could have got the was it the it's like with if the Glock 17 Glock 19 had a baby, there's a shorter upper receiver, but full size smaller receiver. 2 beers deep. I'm 2 beers deep. You're 2 beers deep. No, I'm just 1 beer deep. Just one. What's up, Kiss Off? Mwah! Dan H. Skull, everyone. Welcome to Unsupervised Saturdays. I'm playing a video game. It's not a very active video game where I gotta be a part of it. I just gotta push buttons and let things happen. So you hear explosions and shit in the background. Can you hear that? Yeah, it's a space game, so to speak, called Foundation. Yeah, I'll plug it. I'm Foundation, and I'm Mad Chad out there in Foundation. So yeah, you want a piece of me? Come on. And I'm part of the Nova Wolves, the Now clan. I don't really. I'm not really able to contribute a lot of time to it. It's one of those games where you can really just spend your whole waking hours and lifetime in that game and become like the biggest, the baddest, the best. And it's a cooperative game. It's a lot of people playing online too. That, hey, come help me kick this guy's butt. All right, cool, boom, and that kind of thing. Haven't had a non-alcoholic beer since February. I really need to get non-shit-faced. I try not to get shit-faced. I hate it. I hate the puking and the The recovery time, man, it takes me like 2 days to fucking recover from a drunk. It really does, you know. But not like the old days. Oh my god, I just drink and drink and drink. Wake up next morning with a hangover. Drink. It's cure for a hangover is drinking. Yeah, it is. It's sad, isn't it? Yeah. Like, okay. Oh. I wonder. I'm thinking about doing something here. I wonder if I can do it. Mac Actual, Maccabeus, prepping and survival. I'm usually opposed to AI, and AI generated shit. But he does this. He's been making characters, and he's got a character, Mad One. Shows me with I got dreadlocks and I got this gun. And I'm like, you know, like all badass and shit. So maybe I think I shared it. I did share it. Yeah. But he makes these that would be a cool game. Like you could make a game and shit. You know, that'd be pretty cool. And right on, Eric. Sober 33 years. What's up, Wingnut? I mean, I don't drink like I used to anymore. You know, and I had issues with drinking. I really did. You know, had DWIs, blackouts, got in a lot of trouble. You know. I guess that's what happens when you're emotionally unstable fucking youth, and you get thrown into a gun club that has a drinking problem. Yeah, the United States Marine Corps. Been interesting. Make your own survival card. I mean, yeah, it's I shared it, Dan H. It's pretty cool. I think he made one for Trent too. It really. You know, in this like post-apocalyptic world, you know, I mean, definitely I can see Trent like the Book of Eli kind of guy, you know, just walking around with sawed-off shotgun, right? Quoting scriptures. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no motherfucker. What's up, Maggie? You know, was a card? Yeah, exactly, right, Dan? I just did 4 years. You did 13, so you know the deal. You know. But yeah, good times, bad times. You know, my first 2 years in the Marine Corps, I was a drunk. Oh my God, just straight up, all the time, every night, most of the day, I was drunk. I was. And then I got in a DWI, crashed a car, yeah. Went to jail, got in trouble, had to go to court and all this shit. And I got put in the rehab for 21 days. And then okay, boom, Wingnut. What's up, Wingnut?
What's going on? Thought I'd give you some company while you're up here.
I can barely hear you. What's going on here?
Well, my volume's probably really low.
Got it. I got you. I got it. I fixed it. Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed it before I came in. It was kind of low, but I can hear your speaker in mine. Now I think of it.
Yeah. So what's up with you, man? How you doing?
Hanging in there.
Yeah? You're hanging in there, like hanging on for dear life. Oh, Lord, please don't let me fall kind of shit, or...
Well...
You got to clarify this for me. Are you on the ropes, you know, doing the rope-a-dope? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could tell you this. It definitely, things could be better and things could be worse. Put it that way.
Okay. All right. So you're good, right? You're good.
Compared to Midland, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I mean, like I said, it all really boils down to what I guess the most common truth that we have to deal with, is money. That's the one thing that things could be better and things could be worse.
Yeah, I guess. I've been poor all my life though, so
Well, yeah. So have I. I mean, and I mean, it could be better.
oh yeah, and it does get better. I mean, it does. I mean, I've had you know had millions of dollars in my hand at one point in time, and like just boom,
Well,
back to being poor. Oh my God, what's up,
Yes, it's an ugly bastard.
Eddie? How you doing, man?
I've never had that much money in my hand.
Well, not all at once. I'd have 50,000, 10,000, 30,000. You know, uh, but it happens. Yeah. What's up with you, Dan H?
Living the life.
Yeah, living the dream. Yeah.
Whose dream
No.
is it?
I didn't win Powerball yet.
Oh, dude, I got Powerball tickets. I haven't even checked to freaking see if I won. And I also entered because I went to the gun store today to price out some Gen 6 Glock 19s, and I got roped into American Legion raffle tickets. So there's a chance to win that too.
Hi, puppy.
I'm tempted to, man,
We shall puppy.
trade my SKS for an AK.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. I mean, I did it. That's exactly what I did. Literally, I had a SKS. It's sad. I know. I had a Norenco SKS carbon fiber stock with cruciform bayonet, all that shit. I had a rocking trigger. I mean, it was the weirdest fucking thing. It has a fixed magazine. You got to load from the top. Best thing I could have done was got an AK, and I got.
That's what I'm thinking because I like because people ask me, I say, why wouldn't you want to get something on like an AR platform or something like that? And I was like, well, for me personally, it's just it's too tight of a tolerance, and you know what I mean. A grain of sand will do a lot more damage in an AR than it would.
Nah. I mean, that's kind of true. Dan H.
I mean, I know the AKs that
Everybody's got their
handled.
favorites.
Yeah, I know the AK that I've handled before. It had a little bit of slop. So I mean, you could literally throw this thing in the mud and it'll still fucking fire right. You know what I mean?
I've drugged my M16 through mud and fired it. So
right on.
I mean, it's the AK is they've got more tolerances, more whatever, allowances and the tolerances.
I just call it slop. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah,
and but you can still make it fail. I mean, it's any kind of mechanical.
Instrument.
You can make it fail.
Like anything. Yeah, I agree.
But don't clean that thing for a year. See what happens.
But I mean, if I'm gonna trade the damn SKS, man, I might as well stay in the same caliber. So I was thinking, well, shit, I'll just trade it for an AK instead.
I mean, you like the AK if you like the Eastern Bloc.
I like that caliber. I like that 7.62 by 39. I like that for some. It's got some nice hole punching. I like how the holes it punches and stuff.
It has the ability to just decimate cover. But you lose range. Your max effective range is like 200 meters, as opposed to the AR-15 is 300 and up. I mean, there's AK guys out there that could, punch out more. But the AR is probably everyone's got one. Everyone's got an AK too. You can find AK parts everywhere.
So, that's the thing. That's true. That's another thing too. But I mean, I was looking at this one. It was an AR platform, but it was a 12 gauge. It was a 12 gauge fucking rounds, and I like that platform. That was actually kind of nice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like the idea of having a magazine, like,
Yeah. And I mean, and of course, if you think about this too, if you're part of a group, a mag, some kind of thing like that. Yeah, my AK Blackbird, my AK's name is the Warlord, aka Edie Amin. But if you're part of a group or a mag, you want to be standard. You want, if everybody's got ARs, you got to get an AR. If everybody's got Glocks, you got to get a Glock.
Yep.
So that way, magazines are interchangeable, parts are interchangeable, reliability or familiarity is interchangeable. If I die, everybody can grab my gear and go and not even have to think about it because I got the same gear they do. Yeah, get that uniformity. But I mean, if you're going to lone wolf it, I mean, yeah, pick your own. I'd still, if I was still forced to lone wolf it, I would have everything. I would have the SKS. I would have the AK. I would have the AR-15. I would have the Glock. I would have the 45. I would have it all.
Giant loot drop.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd have to be stationary too, though.
Or placing here and there, different places
for caches, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But there's this one guy that I know, or I haven't talked to him in a while, but he preaches, when it comes down to militia, for instance, he preaches the 3-man militia. It's like you and 2 other people that that you can trust your life with, and that's where you start. And that's and you think about it, even if you were to do a meet and greet with, like, I don't know, people coming up on your place, you got 1 guy doing the talking and 2 backing up,
Right.
Right.
I mean, you have to, with 3-man, you have to, your strategy is going to change. Your strategy is going to be, you're wiki, you're snooping and pooping. You're not trying, you're guerrilla. You're not full on, let's go. Let's, every man online, let's punch through. You're going to be, hey, let's step back, and so that would also translate into your gear, right? You'd be more snipers. You'd be more targets of taking out targets of opportunity and then disappearing in the middle of the night. You don't want to engage and have a conflict. You want to hit hard, hit fast, and leave.
Right.
So I mean, that would change everything. But yeah, I mean, but it also, and I've been trying to find a way to kind of get into this without getting in trouble, is that having that small unit leadership, that decentralized units, where you have these 3-man team, 5-man teams. I think the Marine Corps is 5-man team now, right?
Here and there, yeah. It depends on the unit.
Okay, I know. We had 4-man teams, and then I think they went 5 because they got
4
they
is
got
a
a
basic
drone guy.
fireman, and the fire team's 4-man basics, and then recently they're adding in a DM to each fire team to try to cut out snipers.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that or not.
Well, the 4-man team is like, for instance, like if you were to do a meet and greet, you got 1 person talking, 2 backing up, and 1 sniper. Is that how that works?
1 or 2.
Or okay.
Yeah, 1 or 2. I mean, if you're talking about meet and greet, what kind of? I mean,
like for instance, somebody coming up onto your property, or someone coming up, up to your gate or whatever, and and it's in one of those moments where you're greeting anybody and everybody that might come up to your gate.
Okay, all right.
Well, then it'd be basics. It'd be 1 on each flank, and then the 3rd for the race security.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And it's like a sniper is the 4th, and 2 on each flank, and then 1 talking. You know what I mean? That's the better deal. But I'm just thinking, it's like you got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Me personally, I am more comfortable with a lone wolf scenario, but I don't mind running with a pack. You know what I mean? But I'm me personally. When I was in Job Corps, I had a CSO that said that if I ever got into the military, he thought a LERP would be perfect for me because that's my demeanor.
Or
And
scout or
because
something. Yeah.
well, reconnaissance and long distance reconnaissance and all that shit. But because I used to be able to, Job Corps was like government run paramilitary scenario. So, if I went off center, that's absent and without leave. That's AWOL. You know what I mean? But I could go AWOL and never get caught. I was so, I was so sneaky. You know what I mean? And they knew I went off center. They knew I would go AWOL and stuff like that, but they just never could catch me. All right. So he was like, my CSO, he's like, man, you should be alert if you ever go in because that'd be perfect. Or a sniper. You know what I mean? Like a 2-5, group, big platoons, I wouldn't get along.
Oh yeah, it's fun. Well, I mean, you think about this too. All right, shift wise, what about just simple things like sleep?
Right.
All right, you take 24 hours and you divide it up by 3. There you go. One man has to stay awake while everybody else is sleeping, eating, taking a shit, procuring water, farming. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, wait a minute. And you're going to be taxed up. Taxed out. Many hands make for light work, right? So I don't know. And then you have threats, that's going to change if you're expecting people, if you're expecting company, then you're going to have one person sleep, 2 people up, and just that's what's up, that's how you're going to have to live your life. There'll be no time. There'll be no like, hey, I got to go to bed and I'm going to wake up when I wake up, No, it's harder. It's harder.
Well, I just kind of put myself like for instance, okay, are you talking about like for instance, it's like if there was like in the mentality of a predator coming toward it, there's a chance a predator of some kind is coming at any moment. I started thinking about hell, fucking animals in the natural world do that all the time. But they still sleep, at night. You know what I mean? They don't have like one, or more keeping an eye on things. You know what I mean? But there's always the threat of a predator coming around.
So what if, as a lone wolf, how are you going to sleep?
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like, for me personally, it would be just to basically, wherever I do go, it would have to be secure enough where even if somebody was snooping around trying to find me, they couldn't find me or they couldn't get to me. You know what I mean?
I thought about this scenario, and it's because I thought about doing it myself. Right? Is that just follow somebody? Like, oh, look, a lone wolf.
Right.
And I just follow them and sit and wait and watch you through my binoculars. Oh, look, he fell asleep. Imagine that. Oh, he's stuffed under a rock.
Right.
He just cooked his meals in a Dakota fire hole. I'm taking notes. I'm watching. I'm not engaging. I'm just watching and learning. Yeah. And then when you go down to the river to get water, boom. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Howdy, neighbor. Tree is the ideal place to sleep as long as you don't snore. Right. Tie yourself into a tree.
Well, I mean, I remember when I was on the road, I would find places because I would find places where it would be either, like I said, if somebody comes snooping around trying to find me or they were looking for me or whatever, it would be hard to get to me or they couldn't find me once they got, even if they were looking. And I always had some kind of an escape route, that was just how I was when I had to, like, if I abandoned homes or, property or, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You never know.
Sure.
Other,
Okay.
you get everything from cops to other people fucking around. You never know what could happen. You know.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, but nowadays, they got technology that can track you, with a
Yeah,
fairly
I know.
degree of
So
accuracy.
that's another thing too. Okay, all right. Check this out. Camouflage or some kind of a way to jam it. All right, when it comes down to like that thermal and night vision mixture, those scopes. You've seen those are like the
Yeah,
both that together with the thermal and night vision together.
sure.
Um, all right, now camouflage would be something that we need to start working on when it comes down to combating that kind of thing. In my opinion, some
They
way
they
of making
have there is some products out. There
There
is
is
some
yeah,
stuff
actual
out there. It's
blinds.
just expensive.
It is
yeah,
expensive.
that's the problem, in my opinion.
I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
something like
Um,
this size, like a poncho
right,
liner,
right.
and it's like $600 or three hundred
But
dollars. You
but
know,
on top of that, there's also when you talk about technology, hell, they're able to track you by using Wi-Fi now. You know what I mean? Using your
yeah.
Wi-Fi signals from your router or whatever, and they can follow you around in your house through walls and shit like that. So I mean, how would you camouflage yourself from that? You know what I
You
mean? I
have to
started thinking about
stop all electronic devices.
well, that yeah, for sure. But I mean, if there's any Wi-Fi nearby, I mean, they're using those signals to bounce off of shit to figure out where you are. You know what I mean? So yeah,
But if you don't have anything on you that's electronic and operating, they can't
right.
find you directly.
That's
They just get a signal of something in the area. Whereas if
that's
you've
true.
got your phone in your pocket, they're going to
Yeah,
find you.
yeah.
If it's 30 feet away in a different room, all I know is 30 feet away, there's a Wi Fi signal.
Well, that's the thing is that they can actually, use. Okay, all right. We emanate electricity out of our skin. All right, and it's like it's a biosignal in a sense, if you lack of better words. All right, with the use of the Wi-Fi signal that bounces around inside around in the house and all that stuff, it actually makes an image of you just by the bouncing. It's kind of almost like radar, how radar works, where it bounces off something or, and then comes back and you
Oh
can see
yeah,
what it is. It's
and
almost
yeah,
like that,
they've got
you
that.
know
I
what I
mean,
mean? But it uses
police have
Wi-Fi
been
to do
using
it.
that. They've been using
Yeah.
that for a long time. Lead stops that. But if you're going to be in a house, chances are that's I mean, they know where you are anyway. You've got an address. You're paying bills.
Yeah.
You're you've got. They know who you are.
Yeah.
If I don't know, I mean, or you can just I've done this too. Is just hide in the plain sight. Hide in plain sight. Be the shop owner. Be the newspaper man. You know what I'm saying? Be that guy. I mean, China used to do that a lot because they had so many different types of revolutions in their lifetime, and everybody was either a shop owner or a teacher, or and then the emperor would find out and go, all shop owners, all cobblers must die, and then the Manchu would come out there and, and behead you right there on the spot. All teachers must die, and like, well, fuck. I guess I better be a cobbler or, a paper worker, paper craft worker, whatever, right? So they would hide in plain sight and conduct their revolutionary operations, in plain sight, and just be like, hey, I got to leave for 3 days. I'm going to go on a business trip, go to a merchant conference, right? Meanwhile, they're passing on, secret, information to the rebels, So, I mean, we do the same thing. Yeah, it's going to be hard because there's so much technology, but old school works as well. Old school, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's going to be the one that's going to, I think old school is going to be the one that's going to last longer. I think all this new shit is just, I mean, it's quite possibly it could all be like a damn, what was it, the 2000 fucking bubble or whatever it was. You remember the bubble, the big economic bubble or whatever it was? I think that's what some of this AI might be. I don't know.
Oh, it's definitely an existential threat against humanity. Yeah,
Yeah, it is. But the
it
thing
is.
is, and that's the problem. You got
But
so
it's
many people.
indispensable.
Yeah, well, there's so many different players that are producing this stuff, and they're all competing against each other to create ASI. Because that's where it leads to. And I mean, hell, whoever creates that next thing, we're basically giving birth to an alien.
Oh yeah, they're calling it like a species, or it's a different kind of species. We have created. What's up, Trent? We have created another. We have achieved. Finally, mankind has achieved creating something, creating a life, if you can call it life.
Yeah,
You know?
you can call it that.
I mean,
It's a damn
has,
toaster, man. It's a toaster. I mean, that's the thing, dude. You know, they already got this thing, and it's drawn up as it's the robot rights doctrine. Have you heard about this? Have you seen this?
I think I've heard of it. I don't know.
Well, dude, I mean, they're already talking about when, if robots should have rights. Should robots have rights?
Hello, Avi, Holly.
I mean, that's a question right there.
No, of course not. But if it proves that it's sentient, it's definitely going to. What's up, Trent?
What's going on, gentlemen?
AI is definitely all about self-preservation.
Oh yeah,
even at our destruction. So,
yep.
I mean, is that not sentient?
That it is.
Survival. Yeah, it is basics. Basic survival.
Yeah, I like the trash ghillie suit. That's a good idea.
Oh man,
Yeah.
dude, I saw. Yeah, I've seen some guy in airsoft doing that shit. It was perfect, dude.
Yeah, urban camouflage, urban ghillie suit.
Have you seen the guy that dresses up like a bush and sits in a clay pot and scares people as they're walking by?
Yeah, I've seen that. That's hilarious.
Dude, and it's like, it's perfect, that's a perfect camouflage for urban urban condo.
Don't do that to me. I will throat punch you. Sorry.
It is funny as hell though, I'll tell you. I mean,
Yeah.
Especially the dudes when they just like scream like a little girl and jump and
they do the hippie jibbies. Right. I've noticed that like
Robert
kids,
Ham.
like 9 and 10 years old, they scream and then they hit you right in the nuts. Boom! Ah! Boom!
Yep.
So what's going on, Trent?
Tired, man.
Tired. What you been doing?
We had National Unity Day at our church. We gave out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Food, clothing, water. Had a barbecue going.
Oh man.
We gave out. We helped out about 1,000 to 1,500 people.
Right on. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Been at that since 7 o'clock this morning, and we finally got everything put away and wrapped up at about 7 o'clock tonight.
Wow, y'all did 12 hours.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. It was the event was actually from 9 to 3, but we had a 2-hour setup and then 3-hour tear down and clean up.
Yeah. Right on, man. Well, skull to you, doing the good
Thank
work.
you.
Skull.
And skull to you. Yes. I am as sleepy as I can be.
Are you down on your coffee count? Is that what it is?
Oh no. So COO for the win. She at about 7:30, she walked up to me and she said, "What kind of coffee you want? Because I'm having some delivered to us." I was like, "I love you."
Nice. Very nice.
Yes, and we were up at about between 5 and 5:30 this morning,
Mm.
and
And you
drank.
slept in.
Yeah, exactly. And I slept in, right. And we drank coffee as we were getting dressed and running out the door.
Mm.
And she was like, "Nah, I got coffee coming for us." I said, "Thank
That
you,"
was,
and I
that
love
was
you.
about that was around the damn time I was going to bed around that time when you were getting up.
Right? Yeah, yeah. So it was a good day, though. A good day.
Very good. That's great to hear, man.
Yeah. Yep.
I went running around. I found myself I checked. I went to the Fed, priced out a Glock,
Yeah.
bought some things there.
How much? So did you look at the Gen 6?
Yep. The
You
Gen
hold it?
6. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. I like the Stimpling. The grip is awesome.
Yeah. The new grip is awesome on them. How much was it?
$619.
Yeah, that's about to go in price. I think that's what it is at Vance's.
Yep.
Which I haven't gone over there yet because super salesmen will corner me,
That's right.
and
You gotta watch
and I'll walk out with one or two. So I'm not going over there.
Go shopping with the COO. Make her this distraction.
Yeah, I'll take her with me. But
She can get the
she likes
salesman, and you can
Glock.
go on your own.
She wants a 19, the Gen 6. So yeah, if I go, I'm guaranteed to walk out with two.
Let me ask you guys, when you're looking for something or you happen to, and you happen to be around looking at different guns and stuff, but are you looking for something that just looks cool or might want, or are you looking for something to stay in the same calibers that you already have?
Same calibers.
Okay, because that's
and
what I
looks
do.
cool.
You
And
know,
it looks fucking cool.
Yeah, that too.
Gotta have
Yeah.
the cool factor.
gotta have
have a cool factor.
And again, you got to research it real well too, and make sure it's something you can actually use.
Yeah,
Unless it's going to be a safe queen the whole time. Or
I was worried at one
but
time because I was worried at one time. I got a damn Taurus 45, and I started reading up on what Taurus was going through years ago.
I had a bunch of those great guns.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I have a Taurus 9mm, the 92F. It's a Taurus. It's Taurus. It's out of Brazil. And they literally made a 92F, Beretta 92F, and I've had that thing for decades.
Yeah,
it's great.
I've got a 1911, and but and like you said, research. I mean, I've got a couple of different brands and stuff like that. And I got one, like I said, that one SKS. It's an old one.
Yeah, I was going to do that PAMT. There's a place called Atwell's that they do. They give that discount to veterans, first responders, and stuff like that. And and they also said that if they couldn't provide me with because they're also a Glock distributor or like a favored Glock distributor or whatever, because they do with a lot of law enforcement. That if they don't have what I want, that Glock will send me one for free. I was like, oh damn,
right,
that'd be cool. But I didn't get it. They're closed on weekends. Imagine that.
Yeah. So I may pay a trip here to the super salesman in the next couple of weeks. I don't know.
Oh damn.
No, I still got a need for the Jeep for the A12. So that's
Yeah.
on the books and in the process. So nothing till after that.
I can't show you it, but I can show you.
No. Oh, I saw the pictures of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those on Eli side saddle.
Yeah, I got side saddle on there, and I put this on there.
Okay.
I put this on there.
Nice.
$250. You know, little red dot, little vortex.
Yep.
It's a shotgun, but now I got a red dot. I love red dot. So
Yeah.
I'm fancy.
There you go.
Bougie bitch.
That's right. Bougie. Bougie shotgun. Semi-auto. I ain't got to pump nothing. I ain't jacking off shit, man. I'm just pulling the trigger. Boom, boom, boom.
That's the goal.
That's right. I mean, I still got my Kel-Tec, pump. That holds like 12 shells.
Yep.
Or 12, 13. I forget how many.
15.
Right.
What's up, Jeff?
I mean, what is it, like the most common rounds out there is what, 9mm and 12 gauge, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Am I wrong?
22. Yep.
22, yeah.
40, 45, 5.56, 7.62, 308.
Yep. 308. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's worldwide, actually.
Everybody needs a 308.
Yeah. 30-06.
Yep. For the auto shorties, they get picky. High brass, keep high brass ammo. Really, old grouchy guy.
I wish I could get fucking 22 rounds like I used to back in the day. Like in a milk carton.
Oh, you still can.
Well, I haven't seen them in any of the places where I buy it.
Oh wow! I mean, I almost.
I mean, I don't order it, but I mean, I don't. Places around here, they don't carry the fucking milk cartons. Carry the little plastic containers full of 22.
Some of the online dealers.
Yeah,
online.
I don't do anything like that online. I don't do anything online.
I almost walked out with a bucket. It was like a 2-gallon bucket full of 9mm. I was thinking about it.
Really?
What would that cost you?
It's like $100-something.
Oh yeah, that's not bad, I guess.
It's like some of the ammo came down, some of it went up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they prefer
get it while you can.
Well, I mean, if they try to outprice us, where they try to make it so expensive for ammunition, it's like, well, then if nobody can afford their ammunition, the damn gun becomes a paperweight.
That's only if you didn't buy ahead of time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
What's
But,
up, Kaden?
even then, it's like, okay, how much can you actually use on like target practice or anything like that? You know what I mean? Or you just kind of stockpile on everything. You know what I mean?
I might
How much
go
do you usually shoot on a range visit?
Oh, I don't know. It depends.
So if you go to the range once a month and you're shooting 200 rounds, you should have 1,200 rounds plus for just range time, and then everything else beyond that for your closet to be standard.
All right.
Yeah, I bought today. I usually run around the gun stores and I buy specialty ammo, right? The hot ammo, the specialty ammo, the defense ammo, box at a time here and there. And then today I bought, range stuff, Blazer, 115 grain, cheap shit that I can just burn up. And because I got to get back in the range. I might go to the range tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, I need to.
I just go out here in my backyard. I don't really need a range.
I'd love to do that. My backyard would look like a range. Man, I would love that so much. Right, Huck, and that's right. Roll your own. I love that analogy. But I've became a member of a gun range, and that's part of their. They have all these groups. And one of their groups is this reloaders.
Well, see, even then, it's like you got to think about the brass, you got to think about the lead, the powder, the primer. You know what I mean? If these things become hard to get,
no, they're not. Go to any.
I said if they do. I'm just saying.
Go to any gun range. They've got a lot of lead. They got a lot of brass, and they're trying to get rid of it. Actually.
Yep.
I mean, this
place
can't
reload is 22 rimfire. Everything else you can usually find on a range for free.
Right.
Yep. They encourage you to, pick up the brass and keep it. You know, hell, they'll give you buckets of fucking lead if you want it.
Yep.
You gotta, cover it. You gotta separate the copper from the brass, or the copper from the lead. But you know, all ammo will turn to duty ammo during shift. That's right. Right.
Yep.
Living free. Yeah, it will. I mean, so blazer ammo works just as good to put a hole in somebody as
It
your
does.
all-point Hornadies. You know.
You got that right.
Right. Yeah. Well, hell, a well placed 22 will take down a damn elk. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to run what you brung.
I have had deer dodge my bullets before. Like,
Right.
like I mean, as soon as I pulled the trigger, it's like they knew. They're like, "Oh shit, motherfucker, how'd you do that?"
Why you hunting Matrix deer?
They can hear
Matrix
you.
deer.
Yeah, exactly. They can hear you pull the trigger. Yeah.
It's that Tennessee deer, man.
Well,
Dude, I mean, I can walk. I can go walk out here in the woods, out here in the back part of the property and stuff, and not bring a gun with me, and I will see all kinds of fucking squirrels and shit like that. But I go out there with the damn gun, and I won't see a single freaking squirrel.
Yeah, I used to do some squirrel hunting. You got to just walk really, really slow.
Yep.
And really quiet.
Wow. Yeah. I think they know when I've got a gun in my hand too.
I used to piss them off. Because they make that noise when they're pissed off. That
right. That barking.
Yeah.
And if you do that just right, it sounds like a challenge. And they're fiercely territorial. They'll fuck your ass up. They're like, yeah, what? They're ready to fight. I mean, they're little bodybuilders. If you look at them.
Right.
Yeah, put out some corn. Right, put some corn out. There you go. Bait. Put some apples. Some berries, weed. Deer love weed. I used to allegedly.
Oatmeal covered in molasses.
Oh damn! Everything loves that. I mean, wow.
Well,
yeah.
I don't want to track bear out here for that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Eat that too, and then you get a bear pelt. I mean, fuck. I'd love to have a bearskin coat. Hell yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and the story I can hear from Chad is like, yeah, I killed this thing with my loose leaf notebook, and I stabbed him in the eye with damn, my number 2 pencil, and now I got me a coat.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. Welcome to America. Let's see, we got FMJ was just have more penetration, hollow points, great wound, deflate especially. You use ball ammo, just be mindful what's behind your shots. Yep, exactly. Be aware of your background, your backdrop. I that would be the worst for me, man. If I don't mind. Allegedly, I'll shoot a motherfucker in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Without even thinking about it. But my biggest fear is hitting an innocent or a child.
Yep.
Oh my God, that would crush me, dude. I would willfully just put me in jail. Go ahead. Put me in jail. I deserve it. Oh wow, you're a hero. You killed the bad guy. Yeah, but a kid got hit. So no.
Well, let me ask you, and this is on because I've seen some modern day, warfare stuff where you got a 10-year-old with an AK in his hand.
He's dead.
Okay.
Exactly.
I've already met him. I already met him in Africa. There was 2 kids. There was 2 kids that used to come up to us in Sierra Leone. It was Sierra Leone. One was the skinniest. I swear he was like 10 years old, and he had no pants, no underwear, and he had a ripped up red flannel shirt, and he had a RPK, like a belt-fed Russian machine gun. And then his friend was a little bit older, a little bit taller. He had no shirt but a pair of pants, and he had an RPG. And they would just walk out. They knew where our perimeter was. We're standing right there, clear as day. Us Marines, and we're at the time we had everything. We actually had we were the first to have bullet bouncers from Smith and Wesson, this big black freaking armor with ceramic plates in it and nut cover. And it sucked. And we would be standing there, and they'd come just right outside our perimeter and look at each other and go, I mean, they're just sitting there, taking it all in, right? They're the scouts, for the main force, the million-man army that was behind them. And then they just walked off, across the freaking field. And that was it. And we'd see them every morning. Like, can we shoot them? Like, if he points that gun at you, yeah, you can shoot him. Okay. Because he's really pissing me off right now. I know they're making fun of me. I'm like, fuck. Oh, they do drugs. They huff paint in front of us. They had a bottle like like, I'm like, damn, man, this is like one kid's 10 years old, one kid's probably like 14 or 15, stone cold killers in the army. I mean, that's Africa. I mean, fuck it,
Yep.
You're a combatant, you're a combatant. I can't help it.
That's what I'm afraid of like certain peoples here in America, kind of trying that shit out.
Oh, they're not ready. They're not ready for that. And, stop me now if you want to, but that's that overseas, man. That's the thing. A kid is just a little cute little kid, 5-year-old kid comes walking up to you, hands you a grenade with the pin removed,
Yep.
I mean, boom. What the fuck? That shit. We're not ready for that.
No.
We're not ready for that kind of warfare. I mean, that's crazy. And what we were talking about yesterday, or last night. We're not ready for IEDs.
Nope.
No.
IEDs will. I mean, that would be a game changer. IEDs, drones. That's the new warfare nowadays.
Especially, man, I've been watching those videos of the battles over there in Ukraine, and man, they're using them suckers to hunt down people individually. Man, it's just crazy what they're using these. Yeah. I mean, I was watching these like it was a 3-man group, I think 3 or 4-man group, and each one of them had a backpack on them, and each one of those backpacks, I think it held like 6 or 7 drones. So they were just walking into a spot, and then just putting them all out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, for the most part, they're looking for high value targets. They're looking for vehicle kills, tank kills, any kind of sniper, any kind of group that's moving up. Because the Russians, that's what they do is they'll move in after a barrage. They'll barrage an area, and everybody knows, that's the area they want to occupy. They're just softening the area, and they'll move their troops in, and that's when the guys will send in the drones, like, okay, here we go. Damn. Yeah. Right. Robert Ham, 2 grenades in our armpits.
Future of warfare is, robots on the ground and drones in the air.
Yeah. We're not there yet. I mean, we do. They are sending humanoid robots to Ukraine. It's like 116 of them or something. They're pretty advanced. They're American made. They can carry a 40-pound backpack, and they can traverse any terrain. They do have fully autonomous hands. They can manipulate just about anything, especially a gun. But they're being used for other things, they say, and then all kinds of different types of drones. Like you've got,
so they're making a stupid Skynet already.
Oh yeah, a stupid Skynet.
Well, I mean, because Palantir's involved.
They'll figure it out. They'll figure out how stupid the robot is, and they'll exploit it. But yeah, they're also sending in a lot of like land drones, drones with wheels and shit. There's the dog. They're sending in the dog. The dog. There's a dog that has like 6 little bitty wheeled drones that it drops off of it, and they run off and do things.
Yeah.
they got like 2 wheels and a fishtail, and they just, like a little remote control, all terrain, whatever. Put some explosive on that, and there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, drones. I mean, that's what Ukraine has done. This war with Ukraine we have now entered the realm of drone warfare and the capabilities that it brings.
Right.
So, I'm definitely thinking about getting some drones. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought about it myself, just so I can, observe the property, from a higher spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, there's different types of drones, and you can offset the costs, which is what Ukraine does. Is they literally build their own.
Right.
They do. They literally build their own, just like Meshtastic, just like radios. Right. They just sit down there in their little bunker and just solder away.
Yeah. What is it?
Right.
What is it? What is it? What is it? The mother of invention is, was it? Oh crap.
Necessity is the mother of all.
Yeah, that's it. Necessity. Necessity is the mother of all invention, and that's what it is. It becomes a necessity. So they're like, we got to do something about it. We got to figure something. You know what I mean? And if you got enough smarts to do it, why not? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean they've got the little fly drones. Like they're as small as flies, and they can they don't have a long life. They don't have a long flight plan, but you can fly them in, set them down, and then just observe.
Yeah. I've seen the ones that look like dragonflies, and they'll use them just to kind of like, if they were like wanting to like use it to go into a house and they wanted to see what was in there first before they go in. You know what I mean?
Right.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean it changes everything. It gives you all kinds of capabilities. And there's different types of drones, right? You got your quads, your big quads that can get really high altitude. They got really good cameras, really good sensors, and they can use them as a FO, as a forward observer.
Yeah.
And then you've got your FPV drones that are just straight up fucking, boom, knife hands.
Yeah, the kamikaze. Right. Yeah.
And then you got your little bitty drones for observing and moving and scouting, shit like that. Which you could also put.
Well, yeah. I saw the ones they call slaughter bots. They're about the size of the palm of your hand, and they've got a little charge of C4 in it, and they got facial recognition, like the same shit you got in your cell phone. And they'll go and they'll find a target, and they'll go straight to the head and pop a freaking hole in their head, and then die like a bee does. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy.
Hey, what's up, PAEMT? Spawn of metal. What's up, Maggie? Who else we got? Yeah, Holly. Okay. Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to Unsupervised Saturdays. We're just hanging out, just talking shit.
I'm sleepy.
You sleepy? You should sleep.
I'm sleepy. And got to be up at 6.
Damn.
How are you, Cole? You sleepy too? Yep, the pups are sleeping. Everybody's sleeping but me.
You hanging out with us talking about drones and shit.
Right.
Evidently, the conversation isn't riveting enough to keep you awake. Yeah.
No, I'll be asleep here very shortly. Trust me. And I have fallen asleep on Chad's live streams, so
yeah,
that won't be nothing new.
Somebody said Canogen. I don't see Canogen.
I don't see Canogen either.
Yeah, Holly, you hallucinating, Holly?
Canogen prepper.
Okay.
Yes, PAEMT. I am heading to the yard sale tomorrow after I get out of church.
Boom. Right on.
Yes.
There you go.
Which,
Yeah.
you got anything in mind that you're looking for? Or you just browsing?
No, I know exactly what I'm looking for. My neighbor down the road has some antique rifles that he was telling me about,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I need to lay hands on them because one of them is a German sniper rifle.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
and he
curious about
has, I think it's a Ruger pistol that's a 43 millimeter.
Hmm.
Wow, dude.
So
Trying to
I
find that
need to.
ammo right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That was, I mean, it's tempting on something like that, but man, it's just like, that's why I try to keep my ammunition like kind of like, like 4 different, types of rounds. I don't want to go any more than that. Then I'm going to have like
Right.
a whole damn library of freaking different calibers.
Right. And that's exactly what I'm gonna base. Yeah, I need to first figure out where in the heck can I get 43 millimeter ammo from.
It's probably
Yeah.
expensive.
Of course it is.
What's up, Jason?
Usually the best place, and you look at the gun shows, you find the specific
Right.
dealers that handle that stuff, and then get
Yeah.
friendly with them and
Yeah.
get it in bulk. Then,
Yeah, like new old stock type of shit or something.
because a lot of the gun stores won't carry this stuff anymore unless it's standard 8 calibers that everybody uses.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you, Robert. Y'all know as much as I do, and I won't know until I lay eyes and hands on them and see what they are,
Boom, boom.
and I'll go from there.
Bird gets the word. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he put them up. He doesn't bring them out during their garage sale. So
Check gun broker. Yeah, gun broker.
yeah, that's true. Huck. Yep. I'm not. I mean, I'll see him. I know where he
Don't worry.
lives, and I can walk to his house from mine. So yeah.
Yeah, Holly, let me get my old man spectacles on. Yes.
But yeah, I'm not. I'm in no rush. I like I said, I ain't getting nothing until I get my A12, and
You keep saying that.
well, it's in no, it's already in the process, and the nickels are piled up, and I have the right amount of nickels piled up. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah. Stay the course, stick to the plan.
Exactly.
It will pay off, right?
Yes, indeed. That is the need.
I'm an opportunity for everything.
Exactly. And then once I get that, everything is on the table.
Wow, right on. Yeah, I don't know what else I want. I'm sure I'll find something. Oh no, what happened? What?
Where? When? Who? What? You froze.
Okay, I'm back.
There you
There he
are.
is.
You're back.
It tried to make a phone call. I don't understand.
Wow.
I'm on a tablet. It doesn't make phone calls.
Oh, NSA's gotten a hold of you.
Okay,
There you go.
fuck you.
I got something you can get a hold of. These nuts.
These nuts. These nuts.
Oh boy.
Try to stick to
Got
your
'em.
plan and vision start something new. Right?
Yep.
I know. He got me derailed on the Meshtastic. But that's the cool thing about Meshtastic though. It was an easy investment.
Yes, it's low budget.
Well,
Yeah.
it was like I saw like yesterday when I was sitting there watching you guys. I was sitting there, and it's to me, it's nice to see the enthusiasm that you guys get. It reminds me of back when I first got into CB radio and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I love seeing this enthusiasm you got for it. I mean, I remember Meshtastic is kind of new, so I mean, I'm watching the evolution of it, because it's still kind of new. You know,
Right.
Yeah, it's only about 5 years old.
Yeah. I mean, and I remember when it was nothing but was it the what do you call it, a project or whatever, you know what I
Right.
mean?
The kids in school were making projects out of them. Right.
What was it, what do you call it,
Laura.
a GoFundMe or something like that. It was kind of
Right.
like we had that for a minute, and
Right.
but I mean, like I said, I would be, me personally, I would be even more interested is like if the technology gets to the point where audio and video was able to be done and not
They're
just
working
text.
on it.
I know.
It's
I'm
called
just saying.
Reptilian.
I will definitely get into it when it starts getting into that. Because the
Right.
text messaging for me personally at the moment, I can do what I want to do with the radio. I don't really, need that mesh tastic. You know what I mean? It's just, but it is a redundancy. I've been looking into it since the beginning, but
Right.
I'm just kind of holding off. But I love to see the enthusiasm you guys are getting. It's like,
Also,
oh, look at
never-
the new stuff. Look at this antenna. Yeah, and that was another thing too. I know more about radio stuff than I do the Meshtastic, Shad. So I
Yeah.
really don't know that much about. You know more about it than I do actually. But when it comes down to the antenna, is because I was sitting there thinking, it's like, if you treat it like a repeater, you stick a long coax and an antenna way up on a tower and have the gizmo down on the ground or wherever, that it'd probably work a lot better than just having it antenna sitting on the thing. You know what I mean? And then when it comes to the antennas, I'm not even sure if they're the different versions that you can get, for that. I'm not even sure yet.
There you can get advanced or upgraded antennas. You can get
Yep. Bi-directional.
I'm just not familiar
everything.
with that megahertz. I'm used to using different megahertz bandwidth.
9, 20.
Right.
Yeah, I know. And I'm
But
not,
here's the
so
thing,
I'm
Wing
not.
Nut. Just like everything else, you start with one and figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see, if I knew the exact megahertz, like for instance, if I got a Meshtastic and I knew the exact megahertz that I'll be using, I would even be able to do the math, and I can build my own antennas. I'd even
Right.
wire.
You can.
I know how to do all that.
If you go check out the Fossil channel, he makes his own antennas.
Yeah, I do that for my radio stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I've done that before. So I mean,
Right.
and all it is just basically knowing the math formula to know the length of wire, for instance, or whatever that you need for an antenna.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good to know. I mean,
And it's
And, yeah,
probably a really short piece of wire. Now I think about it being 900 megahertz, something like that. So that's probably a really short antenna.
It is.
it is. Yeah. They are short antennas. And the solar node, which is on my balcony, the antenna is probably about this tall.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know, and it's really cool.
Low power.
And you can- very low power. And then they're coming out with mesh core, and there's the Rectilium.
But is there a difference between like the antenna that's on the little node versus one that you would put up on a tower?
No.
Is there a difference?
No. Same megahertz.
Well, I know, but I mean, is there a difference in the way the antenna is built, or is it the same thing?
It's pretty much.
The
it
node, the
depends.
solar node is a little bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah, the solar node antenna is a little bit longer. Yeah.
That's your basic antenna right there.
And then you can get omnidirectional, antennas and all that.
Okay,
for the
and I know
solar
those
node.
antennas. Yeah, I know those antennas screw on and off. But what's the connector that screws on and off? I mean, what's the connector between the two? Is
It's
it?
it's the same
Don't take
thing
the
as
antenna off. Don't. Oh, you took the antenna off. You're not supposed to take the antenna off unless it's powered off.
It is off.
Oh, okay. All right, just checking. Just checking. Yeah.
it's pretty much just like the HF radios, ham radios.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure because I mean, you can stick coax on the end of that node and then put a long ass coax and put
That's
your
what I
antenna
was
way up high.
Chill out.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
For the repeater solar nodes,
Yeah.
I could have that as far as whatever, or with a drone, right? And literally just take, have a long ass coaxial and have the unit on the ground, or whatever. So, and then just throw it up there, right? Or run that coaxial to the unit.
If you were wanting to make like brief
pole.
transmissions or whatever, or brief links, you know what I mean? Like OPSEC kept saying, like if you wanted to make a quick transmission or whatever, just send that thing drone up, for just that short period of time.
And this thing, I got this card. That's what I would do. I would snap this card on a drone and fly it up. These little cards are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they got internal antennas on them.
I got the pickle. Here's another shot of the antenna. This one's a little bit more expensive, but it's kind of made to go on your gear. But you see the length of the thing. And
what is that? Is that a detachable antenna or is that fixed?
It is detachable. I can take off the.
Okay. I was just asking.
Yeah, so I can put on my own antenna. I can upgrade the antenna.
Okay,
right?
cool.
Whatever. Yeah. That's a little bit more expensive, but
it would be kind of neat. You stick one of those suckers on the drone, and it'd make it even harder to triangulate where that signal's coming from. You know what I mean? Flying around on the drone.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And you've got and it works with saturation. Like basically every node is a repeater.
Right.
Regardless if it's encrypted or if it's shut off or you can turn off the position, your location too. So, but I mean, it's low power, so you'd have to have some highly sensitive gear to find that triangulate that position. Really, I mean, I'm sure that the military has shit like that. They can figure out, but whatever. But it's exciting, and this is like we're literally on the precipice at the beginning of this whole evolution of Meshtastic, and it's
well, I mean, it's like because I know, I mean, this is using ham frequencies though, but you can actually go from one keyboard, one computer to another computer using a radio frequency.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there is that, I mean, they had this thing that's what they called slow scan. And I don't like slow scan because it's literally slow, but it's like sending images through the radio frequencies and stuff.
Wow.
And, but I can't wait until, I don't have the technical knowledge and stuff like that to build these things, but I have this imagination of having that same kind of technology as like a radio, but be able to do video and audio along with the audio, video along with that audio.
Yeah.
And because
it's just using Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or USB.
Right. I would suggest staying away from the Wi-Fi. Bluetooth, I mean, but still.
That's what MeshCore and Rectilium is doing, and it's a fully encrypted internet. They're trying to like all encrypt. Nothing works unless it's encrypted, and they're building their own infrastructure and also being able to piggyback off of existing internet infrastructure.
Right.
That's interesting. So what's up, Cha-Cha? The eggheads are on it.
They are.
You can go to Discord. You can check out the PDFs. I was looking at that today, Trent. Trying to troubleshoot some of my shit. Like, why is my map not propagating nodes? And like this node is bricked or something. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I got my card. I got it. Like I said, I told you, I think my card is bricked. I gotta get it from my brother-in-law because it's still showing its position as if it's at my house.
Oh wow!
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, and it's simple technology.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a brilliant idiot, and I kind of I understand the concepts of it. I'm like, man, I could probably build one of these. You know,
Well,
Yeah.
I am coming out with my own node.
that's cool. And
Yeah.
you said you got the was it the Muzi?
Yeah, the Muzi works, the
Muzi works.
H2T, which is
Okay.
this one right here, that has its own holster, and it also comes with a stub antenna. Well, I bought the stub antenna for it and the holster, but they have a new one. It's called, I forget, but it comes with the holster and the stub antenna.
Okay.
But
What's up,
yeah,
Karen?
I like this H2.
Yep.
H2T, and it's quiet. I mean, it doesn't, make a noise. It doesn't buzz and all that stuff. The screen just lights up when a message comes to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
it's the same screen as the Wio.
That's the Wio. Okay.
Yeah. But
Sure.
between this one and this one and the solar node on top of the barn, and yeah. I'm yeah.
Good to go. Good. To
Yeah,
go.
and I'm getting ready to get about 10 more solar nodes.
Damn, really?
Yeah. And I'm like I said, when we do our little, meet in the middle, I'm gonna just map out spots and either beg for permission or hide them in a tree.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and that can be done during shift.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, have that on standby, have it sitting in a crate somewhere, and
Right.
you've got your route set up already.
Yep.
You know,
Have
and you
everything,
just-
have everything you need in an ammo box where you can just deploy it whenever. You
Yeah.
know?
boom. Little security team just drives around and sets up shop. Sets
Yep.
up these nodes, and there you go. Done.
Absolutely.
Start connecting communities.
Yeah.
You guys, I know you guys have probably got those little Bofang radios and all that stuff too, right?
Boofang,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
5R. Yep.
All right.
Wangs.
Right.
Boofang.
Because I'm always thinking about redundancy. When it comes down to
Right.
in communications, it's just as you got to have redundancy on that too. You can't rely on one particular way. Like I said, I'm even trying to figure out how to use the television frequency, the old analog television frequencies.
I
as a
remember this
transmitter.
video you put out. That was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't
it's
need to
another
go 100 feet. That's too close. You need to go like 7, 8, 10, 20, 30 miles apart. Yeah, 100 feet's way too close.
And those Bofangs, man, there's a lot of different antennas and stuff like that you can get for those too.
Boy,
Yeah, that's a good brand. I've had
Yep.
pretty good experience with it. Put it that way, because I've got
same
quite a few
here.
of those.
yeah.
Okay,
someone in the chat was saying they lived in a holler, so I got that question too.
Okay.
If you live down in a holler and you don't have straight line of sight to the top of the mountain or anything, can you put one at the top of the holler
Yep.
and then one at the top of the mountain to bridge? Because signals
Yes.
don't bounce through the hills.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how you would do it.
Or there's
That's how
somebody
you would get over the mountain if you wanted to. Honestly, that would be one way to get over the
even
mountain.
if you put it on
independent
top
mini
of the
United.
mountain,
What's up?
there are blind spots. I mean, we don't even get phone signal in some of these hollers.
Right.
So-
That's a different
Just the way
frequency.
the hills are set up, the signal can't go through the hill and it can't literally go up and over. So you'd have to bridge it, top of the hill, top of the mountain, like
Yeah.
that, down into the hollers.
Well, some of the antennas are designed for up and down travel
They
instead
are.
because of the radio waves.
Right, they are. This is low frequency.
You just have
I
to get a
mean-
directional antenna and set it up
Yep.
the right way.
Yep,
Yeah, I'm
you get,
I'm
you can
talking
get,
to people in hollers. I'm kind of in a
Yep.
holler, and so I've talking to Canada. I'm talking to Pittsburgh.
right. I was going to say, and that's the great thing about with Meshtastic, it skips across water.
Yeah, you're saying that. That's how I can get in. Get a.
That's
get a
how
hold
you're
of
getting
everybody.
Canada, right? It's going
Yeah.
across Lake Erie.
Yep, that's pretty neat.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, so this, I mean, because you think about like wingnut, you think about like HF, it's
Mhm.
it's riding the horizon kind of thing, and you're punching
Now
out,
that's interesting.
hundreds of something miles. Yeah,
Well, that's
I'd
the
like to
thing. Yeah,
get it.
On
if you-
Ring Girls, can you hijack the signal from the Mashtastic to the drone and have the drone be the antenna?
Yeah, that's
You'd
what we're
have
talking
to
about.
you'd have to put a node on the drone.
That's what I'm
Dude,
saying. You put a note on the drone and you send the drone up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do
That's
that.
what we were talking about earlier.
We were
And I
talking
was-
about that earlier. That's
Yeah.
easy.
I
Yeah.
missed the first hour. I'm sorry.
No. I
Oh,
mean, it
you're
was just
fine.
right before you popped up. I mean, but I was also mentioning, it's because somebody was sitting there talking about like, well, the FCC can triangulate your signal from
Nope.
and find where your thing is. You put it on a drone, it'd make a hell of a lot harder to fucking find that sucker. I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, because then you get the height for one, and you get
Yes,
more
Cha Cha.
coverage for where
You
you're
can
at.
put out as many nodes as you want to.
That's probably going to be my next big money project right there.
What's that?
Thermals.
What's up, Indy?
Thermals and nods.
Dude, don't see you. Lord have mercy.
Well, I mean, I was looking at, like I said, that thermal night vision scope. I mean, man, I've been looking at that the hybrid, where it's the mixture of the two, and they're so damn
the night
expensive. but, man, I
operators.
would love to have one. I would love to have.
The new one they just came out with last year.
Can't remember, man. I saw like a video of one of the guys who went to one like SHOT Show or some shit like that, and was looking through this thing, and I mean, it's so fucking cool. It puts like a glow around the objects and shit using the thermal, and then you can see the image in the night vision. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Really, Titus?
So I've been, it's an interesting. I've been looking at steel industries. They do a lot of refurbished nods. So you can get the price down really lower than. I mean, you can still spend the money up to $30,000 to
No, thank you.
$3,000 to get a nod.
No, thank you.
But you could, and they also sell the parts.
Move, dog.
Yeah.
Get
Okay.
over to the table, you damn behemoth.
That's a down payment on an MRAP, dude.
Yeah.
Have your dogs done that yet, Vision? Crawled under the table and flipped it over on you?
They don't crawl it over. They run through tables.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
gets
they call them
underneath
cold
and
quakes.
stands all the way up and flips the table.
Yeah, he's like, hey, look at me. Hey, pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Right.
No, my dogs, they move tables. They don't have to crawl under
That's
them.
what he did. It's
Yeah.
So NIVS radio system. What is that?
I'm not not sure right offhand.
Yeah, to transmit the signal up into the atmosphere, avoiding trees, hills, and mountains.
Well, see, the thing is, like, even HF, if you were to imagine this, like, image in your mind
Indeed.
of like a still pond, and you drop a pebble in it, the ripples
up,
that come
Hunter?
off of that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, those ripples, like, for instance, if you had an omnidirectional antenna, like, which
Right.
is on top of those nodes, all
Yeah.
right, and it goes 360 around. That's how it ripples through the atmosphere. It zigzags up to the ionosphere, back down to the ground, back up, back down. That's how it travels. All right.
Right.
And depending on the bandwidth and frequency range, how fast those ripples are, or how
Correct.
close together they are. You know, that
Correct.
kind of thing.
Right.
You know, so and 900 was it 930 megahertz? I think you guys were saying
920.
920.
906 to
906 to
IND.
920.
I've got to do some more research on it because I'm not familiar with that band, that frequency range right up in,
Yeah.
because that's in there with the ham frequencies, and that's like allocated just for common use, that little area.
Right.
I gotta do some more research on it and find
Yeah.
out exactly, because I mean, you know, and that's what I've tried to tell people when it comes down to it. You know, when it comes down to communications, you got to think about, you know, what you're going to use it for and that kind of stuff, and then the range and all that kind of stuff, and then who you're going to be talking to and blah blah blah, depending on what kind of stuff you're going to get. You know what I mean?
right?
You know, because I mean, I can do a lot of talking on my CB radio. I can do a lot of talking on ham. I'm not a licensed ham, but I can still do a lot of talking on that. I know how to operate on all that stuff.
Right.
And I, you know, I know how to do it without blowing up my equipment or whatever, you know. And that's another thing too. Just, you know, like you were talking about, don't take your antenna off while it's being powered on or whatever while it's because that's basically transmitting without an antenna. It'll feed back and it'll bust, ruin the transmitter.
Right. It'll fry the boards.
Right. Yeah. It's the same thing with the radio. You don't want to key up with no antenna hooked up because it will fry the radio.
Mm.
You know, little things, you know, depending on what you get into, either the mesh-tastic or whatever. Even if there's a mesh-tastic, if you want to, like, you know, upgrade your antenna, you got to know what you're going to get into, what kinds of antenna, you know, what frequency range this thing is rated at, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
And the thing about the mesh-tastic is it runs in tandem with your phone.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have to download the app, right? But it also your phone, any phone will work, regardless if it's on any. It don't even have to be on a network, as long as it has Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Fossil Channel Shad sent me a thing for an upgraded antenna for the solar nodes.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to get back in stock.
Ooh. Really?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. I'm working on a building that I see every day. Everybody sees it. It's fucking tall, but I'm working on that one. If I can get up there, man. Oh my God, I've got it. I've got. It would be a win for all of us, everybody in the region, and hopefully get south. You know, that's my idea. You know, right, Cha Cha? Well, we can. You just gotta have the money, you know, or not. I mean, be like Elon Musk and just, you know, go in debt. It's funny how he's a millionaire, yet he owns nothing.
Well, that's how, you know, all these they've taken advantage of the debt system by making all their money through debt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
He has stock options. That's how he makes his billions. He has stock options, and then what he does is that he goes to a bank and goes, "Hey, can I get a loan? I've got billions of dollars of stock options." And they go, "Sure, why not? You're going to put your stock options up as collateral? Okay."
Yep, exactly.
What's up, KP Heathen?
Man.
I'm trying to find this antenna that Jim sent me. I got to clean out my Amazon cart.
Man, they keep hitting me for copyright and infringements, fuckers.
Really?
Yeah, my intro. Dum, 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 dum.
Oh,
It's from Bensound, but there's this like Russian company that claims it. Hepco or whatever. Helco. I don't know. Fuck them. I'm just gonna do it. After a while, they just after about a month or two, they just drop the copyright infringement because they don't fight back. Oh shit! What KP picked up some moonshine? Picked up moonshine pickles? Oh no, that sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
That sounds like a barbecue going bad quickly.
Yeah. Just need to fry up some eggs.
Fry up some eggs.
Yeah, fry up some eggs and some moonshine pickles.
Eggs and moonshine pickles.
Yeah.
That sounds like a rough night right there.
Quick.
Turbo butt.
You better
No
have
shit.
paper in hand eating that. Oh,
I'm telling you, man.
That is no pants day right there.
fire up back. Oh,
And it's in Louisiana too, so you know there's some Cajun spice involved too.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, Cha-Cha's like, hey, she wants to partake. Pass the pickles. No, hell no. I am intrigued though. I would probably eat half of one.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Going to be some serious crop dusting. I mean, that's Cha-Cha's always talking about mud butt. That's how you get mud butt.
Yeah.
that's
Need
how
a
you
moonshine
piss out
pickle.
your ass. Oh,
Right? Beer, eggs, and pickles. Yeah,
Right.
That's a dangerous night.
Yep. Yep. Oh gosh, fried. Oh, fried pickles. Now
They're pretty good. They're
Well, no, I'm talking about the moonshine fried pickles. That would be kind of weird.
It would kill the alcohol content in it.
yep.
Yeah. But if you pickled it with moonshine, oh god, that would just be. Wow.
Would it be any worse than the old bowling alleys when you had your beer and your pickled sausage and your pickled eggs?
Right.
Oh god, in the bowling alley. Yeah.
Right.
I'm dating myself, y'all. I used to go to the bowling alley. Damn it.
Get that big jar of pickled pig's feet.
Yeah, my daddy used to love those damn things.
I can chow down on some pickles pig feet. I could. Yeah, alcohol cooks out at 180 degrees. Right, there you go.
All right. Well, fried moonshine pickles was out of the question then, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, maybe if you figure out a way. Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, right, Yardbirds. I mean, yeah.
Flavor injector and put the moonshine back into it.
Right.
Hold on, can't. KP just sent me a freaking. Oh yeah, Old Smoky Moonshine. What?
Yep. Yeah, they make a lot of flavors.
Damn, KP. No.
I like the cherry and the apple pie one.
Yeah, I've tasted those. Now I think about it. Yeah,
I make cherry pie and blueberry pie. I put my cherries and I put a stick of vanilla in when it's soaking.
Oh yeah.
Decadence over here. Wow. I did buy some little shots of those the little jar shots of moonshine. It's like blue butterfly, whatever that strawberry popsicle or creamsicle you had, and then I had another one called banana. I got 4. I just wanted the bottles actually. I like the little bottles, little jars. They're like this big. Yeah, but watermelon would be good now. Yeah. Oh man, some hooch, some watermelon hooch. Oh god. Yeah, got cherry. Oh, it's about time here for the cherry pie moonshine to come out of Cleveland. They make it in their bathtub. in the basement. Yeah, they've been. It's a time honored tradition going all the way back to Prohibition days. They were famous for it. Cherry pie. Oh my god, good stuff. I know a guy. I need to call
My
him up.
grandfather used to run moonshine with Junior Johnson until Junior got busted. And then he got a license to continue to run his still for the cops for educational purposes. He was selling it to him. You know he was selling it to him. But every year he'd get the best batch, and he'd fill up a 5-gallon glass jug with cherries, pour a 5-pound bag of sugar over it, and then fill it with the best moonshine, and then put it up for 2 years.
Oh shit!
Put it up until the cherries turned white.
Right?
Damn.
That shit's good.
Yeah, you fucking, you still that, you distill that little mash or whatever. Oh my gosh! Because man, I gotta still. I need to put a thumper in line, but I was messing around with it at one time because I was doing a lot of different stuff because I figured a still is just a multi-use type tool because you can do a lot of stuff with a still. For one, distill like water. You can make alcohol all the way from stuff for medical use all the way up to high octane to run your car off of. And then also you can distill like down to like to make tinctures or
Well, tinctures you use, because I do tinctures all the time. I use Everclear.
Right.
Yeah, Everclear or some kind of high proof.
95 proof. You can't just drink it. You have to. It says on the bottle, "Do not drink straight."
Right.
Right.
But
and I was also you can even use a still. I mean, you can even use a still to make essential oils. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different things you can use that one particular tool for. Not only that, if the shift happens, man, alcohol is going to be a big problem. Bartering thing. You know what I mean?
Well, that's my thing. I'm brewing. I'm making mead. I'm making beer. I'm making wine.
My brother inherited the still, so he makes the alcohol, and then once or twice a year he comes to visit. He brings me, and then I make everything else. I do the wines, the beers, the liqueurs, the meads. I do tinctures. And just basically anything based in alcohol. I made my own hand sanitizer during 2020.
My old company that we made rubber roofing products. We have a lot of we were using a lot of mineral spirits and stuff like that. We made our own hand sanitizer during the COVIDs. Boom, there you are. There you go, Trent. You're back.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
That's what I get for multitasking.
From what I understand, if you're going to distill whiskey in moonshine, the byproduct is water, right?
No, I think she was talking about distilling salt water into fresh water.
Desalination.
Distilling the salt water into fresh water. I think I can't. I've never tried it, but
when you use a still, it separates it out.
Right.
Because it's condensate is what you collect.
Right. So all the salt will be left in the pot that you're boiling. You know what I mean?
The condensate is what you collect would be all fresh water.
All fresh water. It'd be, distilled fresh water.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I haven't tried that, but
it'd take you a boatload of water to do it too, to really collect up.
I mean, I've done it on the stove. You can do it on a stove. You can do it on a campfire, distill water or desalinate water,
Desalinating water, they make limestone, or is it sandstone? They make stone filters for it out of a porous stone. When you pour the salt, the ocean water through it, the salts are kept caught in the rock, and then just plain water comes out below.
Oh, okay. I learned you take a big pot and you take a little pot, and you put the little pot in the big pot, weighted down because it's empty, right? And then it's all about the condensation and the boiling. So your top has to be you got to have like all the condensation has to come up.
Fulcrum for it to drip down.
Yeah, into the smaller pod, or you can, if you have like your Bunsen, your chemical set, the glass chemical sets and all that,
Bunsen burner.
the Bunsen burner and then all that, you could just literally, boil the water, and it's got a tube that goes to another container, and literally that water boils. The salt stays at the bottom. The water
Yeah.
boils off, condensates, and drips down into that other container.
Yeah,
So-
that's the general. Yeah.
Any
just-
lid with a handle in the middle like this,
Yep, turn it upside down. Yep.
and turn it upside down, centered over the center pot, and yeah, the condensation catches. Of course, it has to be big enough to fit the outer pot.
Yep, and tall enough that it clears the cup or the pop in the middle. Yep.
Well, I'm gonna go eat me 2 pieces of cake and I'm going to bed.
All right, brother. Teresa, what's up, Teresa?
Well, you have a good night.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed. Have a
indeed.
good night.
Everybody have a great evening, and I'll be talking to y'all.
Have a good
Bye.
day tomorrow.
Have a good night.
Yes, indeed. Y'all too. Take care.
Skull, Trent. Skull. Vision Preparedness, everyone. Go check it out. Check his channel out. Check out his Patreon. Check out his affiliates. Lawfully Armed. Ahoy! What's up, bro? How you doing? Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember the beach desalination survival thing. You dig a pit in the sand. You put your cup in there, right? And you build this tarp, put stones on it so it covers, and you fill the whole pit with water.
Right.
Heat it up, and the sun heats it all up, and boils off the water or evaporates the water.
Evaporates
And then-
up to and the steam
Yeah.
off of it, whatever.
Yeah,
Condensates on the plastic and runs down into your catch-all.
get
Yeah.
your little cup, your canteen cup. There you go. That takes forever, though.
Yeah.
That takes
Because
forever.
you're using solar power to heat your water up. That's why. That's the only reason.
If I'm going to get a tarp out, I'm going to use the tarp to collect the dew.
Right. I mean, that's the thing too. Is like there's a lot of water in the air. It's just how do you collect it?
Vikings
up, Ace?
used to actually collect it on their sails. They would run a rope from their sail straight down into a bucket, and the ocean air, it would catch the water. The salt
Yep.
would be left behind on the cloth, and the clean water would run down that rope into a bucket when they were out on the ocean.
There you go. There's water. No shit. Announcement. My Marine is home and said to say, and he said to thank y'all for your support. Hoorah! Hoorah! Semper
Sweet.
Fi. Yut! Let's go.
Where's he heading to now, KP?
Give him time to. Don't know. I haven't seen any of my old boats out there. Damn it, Ace! Stop doing that.
Japan was a good time.
Desalination. Back to Japan. He's going back to Japan. Wow, that'd be cool.
Oh,
Yep.
nice duty station there. Japan was nice. It's
I
one
enjoyed
of
it.
the duty stations. You get into some of those countries over there, and they're just nasty. Of course,
Yeah.
we shouldn't complain. We've got New York and LA, so
Yeah, we do. I would love to go back to Japan and do like the Musashi tour or the Musuke tour. I would love that.
my son, he put in for Japan, Southeast Asia, the Philippines, somewhere in that area. They sending his ass right back to Kuwait.
Oh damn.
He's disappointed because he's been over there 3 times. You'd think they'd give him a break.
No, because it's still a hot spot. They need people, and nobody wants to go there.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, all hands on deck.
Did anybody see Tulsi Gabbard's disclosure video yesterday morning?
No, tell us about it.
She basically said that the Ukraine war is because we have biolabs in Ukraine. She said we had like 70 biolabs scattered all around Europe in all these hotspots. And it's to hide the fact that we have these biolabs and that the diseases, COVID and all these are coming out of them. She outed them. She outed Fauci and the whole thing. Of course, she's leaving office here. So as her last act, she disclosed a lot of shit she probably shouldn't have, but I'm glad she did. She reamed the WHO, the WEF, the WHO.
Yep.
Um,
That's what I've been talking about for years.
Yeah, she outed it all. She disclosed it all. Look it up online. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is it really? I mean, is it really like her saying this? I mean, it's kind of already known.
It's already known, but it hasn't been admitted.
I mean, you can actually go there. I mean, but yeah, I mean, Ukraine, Ukraine's they're dirty as hell, man. I went to Ukraine, back in the day. That's a dirty place, man. Just, I mean, talking dirty, human trafficking, drugs, weapons, you name it. The Ukrainian mafia is alive and well there. So yeah, biolabs and shit. Hell yeah, I can see that. Absolutely.
She basically called out, who's making money off of it, which countries, which governments are making money off of it, why it's
and the government is making money off it.
Every country is. Everyone. The Russia, China, the US, we're all guilty equally. We're all doing backdoor deals that they don't want the public to know about. And that's what she did. She just exposed it to the public.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, okay. All right. Last night I watched that. Last night I watched that. That movie Snowden about Edward Snowden and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me ask you guys, when it comes down to like Snowden and like a Julian Assange and others like that, do you look at them, do you see them as like almost like heroic or traitors?
Little bit of both. They should have kept their mouths shut, but at the same time, that's crimes against humanity. And nobody has a free pass on that. I mean, their job was to keep their mouths shut. Did they violate the trust that their office? Yes, they did. At the same time, crimes against humanity, do we deserve the right to know? Yes. So, I mean, there's an argument for both sides.
Right.
I look at it this way. How many people died because he exposed information that could have got people killed? That's my
How
point.
many people would have died if he kept his mouth shut and let him continue?
Oh yeah, I mean, but you see, they're doing it anyway. They don't care.
Yeah, that's the problem. What some people said, some politicians said, no one's above the law. Okay, yeah, I like
Bullshit.
I like to see some of these. I like to see some of these people put under the fucking jail, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But they're running around like they're untouchables. You know what I mean?
Yep, because they are.
Well,
See, but here's the other side of the coin. What happened from him even saying anything? Not a damn thing.
that is
you
that
put
is
it out
something
there,
else
but
too.
nothing.
Yeah, that is. I mean, same thing with WikiLeaks. I mean, a lot of it. It's almost like I was saying the same thing about the Epstein thing. Even if they did put out there every single bit of it and unredacted, do you guys really think anything will ever come out of it? I mean, will you see
Whether it
these
comes
people
out of it
get
or
pushed
not,
off?
if you're affected and you have the knowledge to affect change in your own life, then it's a positive. If he gave you if he uncovered your eyes to the truth, allowing you to make different decisions because of what he said, that might be better for you. Yeah, on an individual basis, what he did was right. As a collective, I don't necessarily know that it was. It might not be what's best for the country, but it might be what's best for you and your family. You know, everybody has a choice. Everybody gets to make it. They can listen, take heed, and take action, or they can listen, ignore it, and carry on the way they always have been.
I can't take action. I mean, I would love to go after chomos. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
Right. Yeah. You know, put together an elite hit squad just going after damn pedos. You know.
Right? I mean,
with Snowden and WikiLeaks, that's what made me start keeping tape on all my cameras and turning everything off and leaving my phone face down or leaving it in the house. Before Snowden, I didn't worry about it.
Right.
But now that I know they're spying on me, I take actions to prevent it.
And the surveillance state is here and now. There's whenever you get out and you go to town, they see you. Boom, there it is.
Yeah.
And what Snowden did was simply release knowledge. Literally, he released knowledge.
That was basically the government was going against the Constitution. That was, you know what I mean? That was the thing.
They go against the Constitution every freaking day. Every time they raise taxes, every time they implement new laws, they're going against the Constitution.
So, see, that's the thing too. It's like, okay, if you were to relate, all right, just for a visual, all right, if you relate the nation like a McDonald's, all right, we the people are the owners of the restaurant and the property and everything, all right? The people that work there are our employees. That's the government, all right? But the way that things have been pulled around is like then now the employees are telling us how to live and what to do and how much money we're going to get. You know what I mean?
It actually is happening in workplaces all across America now. The bosses are treating the employees like slaves. You can't go pick your child up from school. We're having a rush. If you leave, it's your job.
Hudson Valley and Preppy. What's up? What's up, Mike?
I mean, but the thing is, it's like, if we were sold a bill of goods when it comes down to the Constitution, all right, because you know people in government they just treat it like damn toilet paper, all right, and really what we need and to be real about it, if we were to go back to the Constitution and the way this country is supposed to be founded, all right, we need our own enforcement to force government to obey the supreme law of the land and punish them when they disobey. And it's just that we don't have that.
Which is where you get into true cultural and societal warfare. Literally, the only way to stop things the way they are now is for the individual people to band together, rise up, and say, "Fuck you! We're not doing what you say anymore."
I mean,
that's our
Mike is here. Mike is here, and he talks about Setio Plebis all the time. The walkaway. It happened. It happened in Greece. Greece. They had this. What's up, Bastatine? They had this two-tiered system, which was your elites that were super rich and landowners, and then you had the workers, right? And they did everything. And then it got to the point where they were just treating everyone like slaves. Like, you do what we say, we're not going to pay you, da 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 da, you know. And then one day, nobody showed up to work. Just one day, everybody stayed at home. And they stayed that way for I don't know how long. Hudson, you can help me out with the time frame of how long they stayed home, right? And it got to the point where the rich were like, "Please come back, please. We're sorry. We're sorry we treated you like shit. Come on back. I need you to wipe my ass. I need you to pick my grapes. I need you to make the baklava. Please and thank you. We'll pay you more." Right? I mean, it's the Setio Plebis, the walkaway. That'll work. Now, there's another one. And it's in the Constitution. I don't know the name of it. It was proposed. It was actually a movement, and it was proposed during the COVIDs. Is that literally the structure is that your local militia, right? Your local militias and everything, and the people go to the sheriff and sign a warrant for whoever, right? Anyone, everyone, it doesn't matter who's in power, who's your politicians, whatever, signs a warrant for their arrest, takes it to court. Actual court has a trial. The trial says, okay, we're signing this warrant for Donald J. Trump. And then the local militia goes and gets him, backed by either the sheriff's department or the military. That's in the Constitution. It's never been done.
Yes,
It's
it has
never been-
in Tennessee after World War II. In Tennessee
Okay.
after World War II, the returning veterans were sent right back down into the coal mines, and this was a coal mine town.
Oh, the coal mine wars. Coal mine wars. Yeah.
Yes, those
I
were
remember we
veteran
had-
back. Those were veteran that rose up and said, "We just fought for our freedom. We're not going to let you treat us like this. We just, freed the Germans or the Jews, and no, you're doing that here." They were keeping them. I owe my life to the company store. They were keeping them in debt. They wouldn't let them purchase, and raising rents and raising out and taking it out of their paycheck. And the soldiers roar, and it was a literal fight.
Yeah, gun battle. Yeah.
Against law enforcement.
Athens, the Athens War, and the coal miner wars and the miner wars. Yeah, they literally sent they had wars, like all the sheriff's department, all the local police departments. Hell, they were getting police from like the northern states to come down to Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Georgia, and to fight.
The government capitulated.
Yeah, of course. And it was the corporation that did this. Yeah,
It was
absolutely.
the corporation
Check
that
out.
did it, but it was the veterans that stood up and put an end to it.
Oh yeah, I mean, how are you gonna literally men that went to war and killed motherfuckers with their bare hands, destroyed a nation, fought a world war mostly with their bare hands, and very like today's standards obsolete equipment, like grease gun, K-bar in their hand, pickaxe, a shovel, right? And you're going to bring them back in. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. But you're going to bring them back into our country, and then treat them like shit. That's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
Right now, too. I mean, I'm a veteran, big military family. My children are in. I listen. When they bitch and moan and complain between each other, I listen. They ask them kids, if we send you door to door in a domestic situation, could you arrest your neighbor? Or could you arrest your mother and father? And without a doubt, they all said no. They will not do it. They will not take that order. They will walk away at that time.
Well,
there'll be some that do it. There'll be some that do it.
Whole units are talking about this.
Well, I've asked the question to a lot of my family. That's everything from police department to military or National Guard. All right. And I've asked them this question. I was like, if your boss, your commander or whatever told you to come to my house, do a mandatory relocation and a mandatory weapons confiscation, would you follow those orders? Now, some of my family gave me what I call the right answer would be no. But then there was some family that said yes. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now. I know you might be blood or not, whatever, depending on who it was. But, you will be the first one shot in the head coming across that fence line. And I gave them a warning right then and there. These are family. You know what I mean?
The way William put it was they don't have to obey an illegal order. And the U.S. is not allowed to send troops against their own people.
That's the whole thing, support and defend the Constitution against enemies, foreign and domestic.
I raised my kids up, you fight it out inside, but once you go outside, you're in a united front. Whatever trouble we had amongst ourselves, we did not air it out in the middle of the neighborhood. When it came right down to it, if Billy Boy is picking on your little brother, y'all better be right there. I don't care how you feel about each other. You better be right there supporting him, protecting him. Family sticks together. And there are a couple who said, oh, no, we're just going to go with the flow. We'll do whatever we're told to, blah, blah, blah. We don't talk to them anymore. They're not invited to family events. They're not trusted. It's gotten to that point. Nobody's talking about it, but everybody is doing it. You know?
I mean, the 1776, only what 3%, 1%. I'm gonna say 5%, just to be on the safe side. Only 5% fall back.
3.
Well, you say 3, yes, but you have to think about also the people that gave a passive support. Like, hey, you need a good meal. Hey, I got some powder. Your logistics. The people that didn't want to fight, didn't want to be seen, didn't want to be known to be collaborating, but they helped anyway. You know what I'm saying? Those are appreciated as well, I think. So
I can understand.
I'm going to say 5%, just to be on the safe side.
German.
But everybody else was like, yeah, let's go with the flow. Yeah, let's be British. They're a super worldwide tyrannical regime. They crush nations. Why are we any different? Matter of fact, most of us came from Britain.
Right.
So we had a lot of veterans that came that fought in the British, in the British military. A lot of them. So they already knew a lot of what the British were all about. So it was really easy, but we did, and here we go. I'm trying to segue into that. We had a very robust clandestine system that was set up way before 1776, right? Like, so I'm just kind of throwing that out there in Minecraft. You know what I'm saying? They had runners. They had meetings. They had people that were discussing what to do. There were people going across the pond. There were people making moves and getting weapons and getting powder and getting food and supplies and already drawing out the war plans of how we're going to do this. And what happens. War gaming, everything. That happened way before 1776. Just saying. And it also, yes, it was well prepared, and they also relied on just anyone and everyone that showed up. So
I gotta jump off. My phone's gonna die.
All right, Dan, take care of yourself, brother.
Take
Good
it
to
easy.
see
We'll
you.
talk to you all later.
Night.
All right, bro. Have a good night. Skull.
But yeah, it's getting that way again. We're the older veterans are hooking up with the young vets that are just back. They're comparing notes, and they're making plans.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what we do. I cannot go anywhere and not do an area assessment. It's kind of built into it's ingrained in me. I'm range carding everywhere I go. I'm identifying infill and exfil. I'm identifying threats or potential threats, or I'm looking at strategic advantage points. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm looking at choke points. I'm looking at AOs. I'm thinking. That's how I think in my daily life as I'm going to the store to buy some fucking eggs and milk. Okay. There's 18 million. There is 18 million of us in this country. 18 at least. Well, they say about 18 million. It's 18 million. That's a lot.
That they know of.
That's a lot.
And probably about 3 million of them are working for the government. Maybe.
Okay. Right.
It's like when I'm having my house resited, right? And it's a split. The roof is a split level. It's a 2-story house, but the living room in here's got a 12-foot ceiling, and in the bedrooms there's a 4-foot crawl space. So there's a 4-foot difference between the ceiling here and the ceiling on the front of the house. So when he's siding up there in that one wall spot, I was like,
I think IED,
don't mess
IED.
up my sniper because I can straddle the top of the roof, lean across the beds, and I can scope all the way to the highway.
Well,
I've got the only 2-story house in the neighborhood.
Right on. Yep.
And that's my sniper point. I can see everything. And he's laughing. He goes, yeah, we just put one in our house too. And this is my contractor. never been in the military, and he's in his house and he's putting sniper points in his house. They're getting ready. And there's more people that won't let you know where they stand politically, or
Oh yeah, sure.
that will be on your side when shit hits the fan.
I hope so.
You know, I get glimmers of what I guess you would call hope every so often. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So I just wish that glimmer was more than a glimmer. I wish it was
Well,
a brush fire that
Yeah,
was
you
spread
want that
everywhere.
shining beacon in the dark, baby. Wait, it's coming.
Well,
I mean,
if I can go ahead and be that doomsday sayer as well, like the 18 million veterans I talked about, not all of them are conservative.
Right.
So they've a lot of them are.
A couple of Democrats in our.
There's a lot of them that are socialists and part of that socialist woke regime. There's guys that there's vets that are training Antifa.
Right.
I mean, so and they are organizing. See, that's the thing, is we're not organized. Yes, we are, to the point where we're going to go clay shooting. We're part of groups and clubs and your Rotary clubs and your gun range clubs and what I'm saying, your church communities and things like that. But that's good. That's great. And that's what builds those bonds, those chains that bind in a community, where each other. You've been knowing each other for years, been hanging out with each other. Hell, you might have been even training with each other, going to a KD course and running things. And hey, I've allegedly I've done this. Go to somebody's backyard and just set up this freaking badass fucking range that you're running and gunning through, right? And everybody's just having
I've been asked at the Legion and at the War Museum both to offer a class on
do it. I mean, and so what happens is you're going to get folks that are like, that's a great idea. When I moved to Cleveland, and I moved into the apartment, the apartment complex I had, it was just a bunch of old people, like old retirees and things like that. I'm just some guy, right? New guy, and with a dog. And they're like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And of course, what they do, they sent their spies after me to assess me. And these spies were little old ladies with pies in their hands, knocking on my door.
Damn.
Hello,
That's the
neighbor.
ladies' auxiliary. Don't think they can't fight. They do it in their own way.
That's right. That's right. I'm like, okay, hey, how you doing? Come on in. Howdy, neighbor. Right. And then after that, after the women made their rounds and assessed me and felt me out, right. Asked me a bunch of questions, interviewed me. Then the men started to come up. And I had this 78-year-old guy. He was like 7 foot tall. He was freaking Army Cav from Vietnam. He's like, how you doing? Boom. Gives me, shakes my hand with his big fucking, gorilla mitt. I'm 78 years old. And I'm looking up at this guy like, oh my God, this guy's fucking killed people with his bare hands, Army Cav. And he's like, hey, you're a Marine, right? Yeah. Yep. You know what you're doing? Oh yeah, still do. Yep, I was grunt. Oh, all right. And so he's like, yeah. So they had already set up their own little community in Cleveland, in a suburbia area. And they were like, okay, you're good. Right. So yeah, we know you. We know what we basically know what your capabilities are, without them actually, saying, I mean, I was that guy. I carry a gun wherever I fucking go. And, he's like, wow, you're not even printing. I was like, good name drop, right? Printing, right? Only a few people know what that means. I was like, yeah, it's right here. Of course it is. Right. Of course it is. And it just went from there. And we just, it was like, okay, we know what the deal is. And so when shit goes down, we have a meeting and, the riffraff leave and we protect and defend. Everybody else leaves. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm down with that. That's cool. I'll help out if I can. Right. And so, I mean, even though we're assessing everything, and there's other groups that are already out there, other communities, that are building, have already
my little
built.
brother's community. My little brother has a community. He moved in, and everybody's retired military in the community. Everybody. One road in, way out with a bridge. So I'm up there. I was like, after Helene and stuff, I went up there to see him, and it's like, well, what do y'all do if because they're expanding the highways everywhere here, everywhere. I was like, what are you going to do if shit happens and they're sending in government troops? And one of his neighbors popped up. Oh, we already got the bridge rigged, meaning they're going to blow the bridge. They've already got TNT installed and everything, waiting to hit the button.
Dude, when you mentioned IEDs, I was thinking even on my side, if I needed to do it, hell, my brother, when he was in the army, and we've talked about this subject, and people came down and shit the pan, and that was one way of us protecting ourselves and our family, and IEDs is not off the table. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you live out in the woods and you've got roads, if you have a chainsaw or an axe, you can block the roads from anything.
Oh man, I got a junkyard right across the street. I can put cars in the fucking way.
Right.
I can.
I've got an excavator, baby. All you got to do is dig that 4-foot deep trench that's 6 foot wide. When the tanks come, they get nose first into it.
Right.
Across every dirt and gravel road in the county. I mean, if they stay on the interstate, they're fine. But if they come off that interstate, they're not going to get very far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the biggest thing, and I've talked about this in wargaming too, the biggest issue that all of us would have, fighting a tier 1, tier 2, force would be the air. Helicopters and helicopters, jets, and now drones. Right. So how do you combat that? I mean, yeah, we can own the land. Absolutely, we can own the land, but how are you going to fight against, drones, helicopters, and jets?
Falconers? You know what a falconer is, right?
Yeah.
He flies falcons.
Yeah.
We have falcons. We have American eagles. We have everything around here. And we've got a little boy. He videotapes the railroads when they're running, makes calendars for the railroad and stuff. That's his job. And he has this drone. And a hawk took his drone out the other day. They don't like them. So if you can get somebody who knows how to handle birds, you can take care of the drones.
I've actually seen this video where a falconer took down a drone. It was fucking badass.
Right.
I saw it in real life the other day. It was funny as
And
hell.
I seen it from the drone's point of view. All you seen was just talons.
Right.
Scared. And it rode that motherfucker down like it's ripping shit as it's fucking going down, and it's flapping and keeping itself over the drone, just ripping it apart.
Birds.
I've seen video of it.
Anything that gets too close to their nest. You ain't lived until you've seen 6 or 8 months, because the only time they band together is when they're fighting. They'll take out a hawk. They'll go after an eagle. They don't care.
Yeah.
You got little dog syndrome, but they'll get 6 or 8 of them to go after a drone. It is funny to watch.
I've seen two eagles will fuck shit up. They will that's what they do anyway, is the male and the female, they mate for life. And that's how they hunt, is they just do like a staggered column and go from one perch to the next, boom, boom. They just nail something, go back to the perch and share their kill. 25 pounds of tannerite goes boom. I mean, that's the thing is anti-air. What kind of anti-air would we, it would have to be, you would have to be literally absolutely invisible on the ground, or you would have to take some type of reconnoiter or tactically acquire, some anti-air or air yourself.
Well, like I said, I live in Lookout Valley, and yes, we do have the experimental. This is a military experiment fly zone. All their new shit comes through Lookout Valley when they're testing it out. But we also have caves and creeks and heavy, heavy, heavy vegetation and ditches and cliffs. And aerial doesn't work real good in the mountains.
Yeah, I mean, mountainous terrain, heavy vegetation. You can hide a lot. Sure. Yeah, they would have to come at you with an integrated, ground air kind of movement.
They would have to use Agent Orange or something, a defoliant. And we
Well,
know how that worked in Vietnam.
dude, they were using some like monofilament like netting and shit like that to catch drones or whatever, or try to keep
Yeah,
places
it
safe.
actually kind of works.
Well,
Yeah,
So,
Out of a
you know what the adaptation to that was?
potato gun at it.
You know what the adaptation to that was? They attached a fucking flamethrower to that thing and burned all the nets. Yeah.
Depends on what they're made out of.
Well, monofilament. If it's monofilament, then it'll burn up. But if
Yeah,
it's like
no.
something else, like steel cables or something like that, but that you're not gonna
Flexible
really.
steel. I make jewelry. We got some flexible steel
But
wire.
you're going to see it.
Believe what I can do with that.
I'm going to see it from the air. If I'm in the air and I'm doing my thermal night vision and all that, I'm going to see it. I'm like, wow,
Yep.
look at that nice little grid pattern there.
Right.
It's got to be a net, And I'm not even gonna worry about drone.
That's why I said shoot them at him.
I'm gonna send a Hellfire or call for Artie or or mortars, whatever, But yeah, Kevlar netting. I don't know.
See, that's the thing. It's like if we had to fight our own military, this is what we got to deal with.
Well, no, I mean, like I say a tier 1 or tier 2 military. It doesn't have to actually be our own, right? Like it doesn't. You don't know. It could be fucking Zimbabwe, Canadians, New Zealand declares war on us. I don't know. The Caribbean special forces are attacking. The Mexican cartels. I mean, I don't know.
All the
in Minecraft, in Warcraft, right?
Dreadlock Rastas down in Jamaica coming fighting back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Everything's airy. No, it's not, motherfucker. Welcome to the woods. I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, the woods. I mean, you go to a rural area, just regular old folk that have been hunting for 500 years, 300 years. Well, I'm sorry, 250 years. Let's get this right.
Well,
Soon to be 250 years.
There was family here. There was family here before.
Anyway, you're dealing with a rural area that is nothing but fucking snipers. All right, how do you think that's going to work? It's not. You're not even going to fucking. You're just
boy with the rifle.
I mean, yeah.
And they're all sharpshooters too.
I mean, they're not even sharpshooters. They're hunters. They're fucking hunters. They're going to remain hidden. The death, it's going to be the silent doom.
Bring me back a brace of rabbits, and she would hand Daddy 3 bullets. He had to bring home 3 rabbits. With 3
I'll be
bullets.
back. I'll be back.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by sharpshooter. You're trained not to miss.
Yeah. Down here in Florida, we just got rednecks and Waffle House cooks. Yeah. Yeah.
And I know a little Korean lady, she makes the best pepper spray. That shit, it gets on you, it stays on you. You can't get it off.
Wait. The Jamaican bomb sledding team. Lovely Armed. What's up, Lovely Armed?
Oh boy. While I understand the sentiment of the imagined country boy sniper, most hunters suck.
Just tell them there's no bag limit and they go nuts.
Yeah.
You say most hunters suck?
Yeah, like they're not the lauded marksman you use them.
Okay. Explain.
I'm not saying. I mean, they just. You know how many guys come in and say, "Hey, can you boy shot my rifle the day before deer season?" A bunch. I'm not saying that there aren't capable people and that they couldn't get lucky by volume, but they're calm down a little bit.
Okay. So you're saying they're not
Stay
the
with me for a week, baby. And let's see if I can't change your mind.
So-
I'm dead serious. Come stay with me a week and go out there with these guys and see if I can't change your mind.
well he's
Oh,
he's a gunsmith.
But I sell them for a living.
So and there is some idiots out there hunting. I have to admit,
there are.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've been a
But
part of it.
there's a difference between the guy that moved here from the city, bought all that nice fancy gear at the outfitter store, and Bubba, who's been doing it his whole life.
Right. I mean, I
I'm
knew
talking
this.
about
I knew
Bubba,
this
who's
group.
been doing it his whole
I knew this
life.
group in South Carolina, and this guy, he was the heir to the throne of a construction company, and they had a lot of land, and I worked for him, and you know, he would go hunting, and he would bring us along, like, hey, let's all go hunting, deer hunting, and you know, we would drink and smoke and hang out, whatever, and talk shit. And him being that little guy syndrome, you know, Napoleon complex, you know, fuck you, motherfucker, I'll shoot you. And everybody would be like, no, I don't want to get gut shot, because he was known for shooting deer in the gut and having to chase it. And that's why he brought us along, because he was a worthless shot, and we would be like chasing a fucking deer down that he shot. I'm like, you fucking suck, dude. But you know, hey, he was rich. He had all that money. But yeah, there was also I also grew up in Tennessee, and you've got some hunters out there that they got grandpa shotgun, and they take everything. They take deer, they take squirrel, they take quail with it. You know, same
And
fucking
it's a
shotgun.
one-shot kill shot, because when you gut wound an animal and it runs, the fear factor taints the meat. The meat is nasty. Nobody wants to eat that shit.
Oh yeah, the adrenaline gets in the blood,
down
and it
here,
just kind of ruins it.
If you take it, you better eat it.
Yep, you kill it, you eat it. That's the rule. But I mean, we have a gun culture here in the United States. So yeah, I mean, not only do you have your hunters and your good old boys with shotguns and 4-wheel drives, you know, you've got. You know, you got guys that said, you know what, I want to buy land and create my own fucking shooting range and become the best. Me and my friends are going to be the best at what we do, you know? And like they're gonna be Sean Ryan. Like Sean Ryan, he's in Tennessee, and his acreage, he's got ranges, he's got indoor ranges, he's got long ranges, and he does like little you can, like, you know, buy a course and run a course and shit, you know, Navy SEAL stuff. But that's what these guys do. I mean, you think about it, you know, that's your life in the Marine Corps or in the military. You know, you're a shooter for them in the military. It just makes sense to get out of the military and just start your own fucking course or whatever, you know.
I raised 12 kids. And the first thing I did was slingshots, squirrels, vermin around the house, and blow darts. I got one that specialized with the blow dart.
Yeah, I love all those things.
And I started them out with that when they were like, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. Moved up to 14 or 15 before I let them use a rifle. Not only did they go through the safety course, break it down and put it back together and under the whole 9 yards before they ever fired a shot. They had to get out there and they had to dry fire it with a penny on the barrel until they could hold it tight enough not to bounce that penny off. And then I let them fire live rounds. And I know not everybody does that, but it teaches them. When I say I've got some shooters around here, I've got some shooters around here. You know, everyone.
Oh yeah. I mean,
military,
think about turkey hunters. Oh my God, turkey hunters.
And we hunt with pig stickers, spears. We've gotten wild boars coming into the area.
I'd love to do that. I would love to do that. I'd love to boar hunt with a spear. Oh my God.
Yeah, you just sit up in a tree stand and just let that damn spear just hang there and wait for him to walk right underneath you and just drop it right on. You know, just let the weight of that sucker just drop right on them. And the cool thing about that is it's quiet. You know, the only time the only noise is when the pig that you hit. Everybody, all the other pigs are just still standing around like, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? You know,
Like, yeah, oh my God, George has got a stick in him.
right? You know,
What's wrong with George? I don't know.
that's what I like about it. Because I mean, when you're using a gun out, like doing all the other game will run once you make that first shot. You
Oh, yeah.
know, even a bow will make a good shot too. You know,
I know this spear. Hold on.
yeah, that's that. Was that? I've seen those. I was seriously thinking about getting one, or either
I think it's a SOG Shadow.
yeah, SOG.
Yeah.
Sog.
I used it 2 weeks ago to kill a fucking possum in my chicken coop.
All right.
Damn.
I didn't want to fire a shot inside the chicken coop, but yeah. I mean, and when it comes to fighting, if you look at me, especially if I'm wearing makeup and I got my nails done, you don't think Mama Karen carries this shit. I can use it.
Right?
Because I can turn on
Get
this
medieval in that ass.
Yeah, I'm saying, you know, it's like that is something I'd sit by the door. That's what I like, you know, in my umbrella fucking canister and stuff. Like, sit that in there.
No,
Make
I've
it
got
like crap.
a
Anywhere I live is a
rapier
medieval
in my
armory.
umbrella. I've
Right.
literally got an umbrella with a rapier handle.
Dude, yeah,
Those
I've
are
seen
fun.
those.
Those are
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, I've seen those.
Those are
I
fun.
mean, I've got swords, machetes, and axes and knives. I mean, you know, it's like I'm within hand reach of some kind of blade.
Yep. Hell yeah. Yep. Always.
I mean, and I also have
Mine's
a
smaller,
regular
but you'll fill every inch of it.
right.
Keep this little bad boy in my bra.
A
Yeah,
brawl
I mean-
knife. Let's see your brawl knife. Let me see.
It's not a knife.
You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
show that. You can't. Oh, you can't. No. Damn it. They stand by. They might. You can't show that. You
Let's
can't
see,
show it.
Unless I'm firing it, taking it apart.
No,
and all
you
that
can't
stuff.
show it. It can't be in your hand. It can't. No, you can't. They might end this
Well, then
live
I'm
stream.
glad they didn't see me pull it out of my bra.
They might end the live stream. You
Well,
might
we'll
have just killed the live stream.
We'll see
Stand by.
what happens.
I hope
Yeah.
not.
But
It might.
I made that. That's out of a piece of like an old circular saw blade, and it's just a dagger, you know, that I wrapped a paracord handle, and that thing it's balanced.
Oh yeah, that's nice. I like that.
And hold on, yeah, that's balanced right there. And I mean, this thing, you know, I
Okay,
can, you
so
know,
all right, I have questions. What do you like about the balance of it?
well, for me, it's right there in the middle.
Okay, what's that mean?
You know, from the blade and the handle. So
For
you know,
operation, yeah. What does it mean?
Well balanced knife throws better.
Well, I don't know how to explain it. It just it swivels where I want it to swivel. Like if I'm
Okay.
using it in my hand or it's being thrown, it swivels. It turns how I want it to turn. It doesn't like it's not heavier on the blade versus the handle or vice versa. It's equal in both, in my opinion. That's what I like about it.
When you
Okay.
have one that's heavy on the backside and you throw it,
Right.
backside's what hits. When
Right.
it's well balanced, you should only.
I
get
mean, not
one
necessarily. Look at axes. Axes are
Right.
top heavy, and they mostly stick by the head. So I mean, matter of fact, the Frankish axe, that's what it was
different
designed
aerodynamics.
for.
The axe
But
head itself
I always
simulates
ask the
much
question
of
about the
entire helmet.
balance because you know what is your intentions and what are you using it for, right? The knife,
Yeah.
you know, the sword, whatever.
I mean, for one, just knowing where the balance is. You know, I mean, that's one thing you have to know on all your weapon anyway. You know what I mean? Just knowing where that is because, I mean, you know, just manipulating the blade in your hand from whatever, you know, without dropping it. You know what I mean? Or like for instance, this one, this is, you know, basically a throwing knife. That's what it's. I mean, it's made out of,
All right.
like I said, that's the reason why I made it. You know, because it's like, you know, it's the perfect shape for that kind of thing. And
Right.
if I made a few of these, I can carry like 2 or 3 of these in a boot, you know, in one sheath or whatever. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a great pig sticker stabber.
Yeah,
It's very
right.
quick.
Light.
You know, yeah, it's very lightweight.
And it was cheap to make. It was seriously, it was just an old circular saw blade that I cut the shape out of and then grinded it down for a blade. That's
Yeah.
it.
Right on.
It's cheap and it was, you know, it's easy to make.
Okay.
I mean, you can do that with any shaped blade anyway, you know, depending on what kind of handle you put on it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you know, because you think about a circular saw blade, they're already kind of tempered. As long as you don't mess with the temper of the steel, they're already kind of tempered. And
Yeah.
so
They don't run out of bullets. Yeah, that's true.
exactly, they don't.
I definitely bring a knife to a gunfight. I definitely will. Yeah, there's always a knife on me somewhere.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, technically, depending on how close I am, I mean, if I'm close up, man, I'm, you know, more deadly with a knife than I am a gun, I guess.
I mean, that's brutality. You know, the knife, the knife has always been a go-to weapon. You know, for close in brutality.
PAEMT, yes, it's a 22 mag, a 5-shot.
Yeah, don't show that.
Yeah, and that's one thing I gotta ask about because
don't.
I do stuff on YouTube all the time, and they have gun shows on YouTube all the time. So
Right.
I'm wondering what the difference is.
Not
I think
on
it's
live
because
stream.
the live,
If it's
the
live,
stream-
do not.
The live, yeah,
Okay.
the live
Because
stream
people
is
have
a different-
unalived themselves.
Videotape it and
Yeah.
put it up, but you can't do it live.
I've made videos.
Well,
and
put it
they
this way.
still
Put it
get-
this way. If you had that
Do
sitting
not
on
do it
that
live.
shelf behind you, and you weren't touching it, it'd be okay.
Yeah. If
You know
I
what I
did
mean?
this,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
okay.
so I could go line up everything like artwork, and y'all could see it all behind me, right?
Yeah,
If you
as long as
wanted
you're not
to,
touching
yeah.
it.
As long as you're not
As long
touching
as
it.
it's not on your person.
For a
as long
live
as
stream.
it's-
Now, when you
right.
do like the static videos and you upload it to the video, there's a difference there too. Because I've
Yeah.
done gun videos and stuff like that, and it
Okay.
hasn't, you know.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right,
You
next
can
time I'll make
display.
sure that they're displayed without touching.
Right.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, because you don't want to because there was a sheriff that unalived himself on a live stream, and that was
Yeah.
decades ago, and that's been their policy ever since. So no,
There was a kid that did that on 4chan. He was did a live stream on 4chan and shot himself with a shotgun right in the head.
They do it on TikTok and Facebook all the time.
yeah. So no, don't do that.
Okay, I won't do that. My apologies.
Bad Karen. Bad Karen. There you go. Slap yourself.
But, yeah, exactly.
I usually say kick yourself in the nuts now, but well, obviously you don't
But
have.
I can show the pig sticker, right?
Oh yeah, you can show that all day long. Absolutely.
Butterfly knives, swords,
Oh, yeah.
claymores.
Yeah.
I've done that many times. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's another thing too. See, I'm not relying on just like, you know, even guns for hunting and stuff like that. I got a recurve and a compound bow, and I also got a crossbow. So I mean, there is that. I need to do some repair and probably get some new arrows, but you know, that's another
A morning
way of
star.
hunting.
Look at that thing. I love that thing. That thing's brutal.
So, I don't understand. A lot of these things are much more dangerous than firearms.
Right.
The crossbows, the nunchucks.
Yeah.
You know,
my
nobody's ever
nunchucks-
died from a
My
pair of nunchucks.
nunchucks are called the elbow breakers because they're made out of steel on a ball bearing chain.
Yeah.
So if you miss and you crack your elbow, you're gonna break it. Or if you hit your chin, you're gonna knock yourself out.
Where are my nunchucks? I lost my nunchucks. Oh, they're over there. They're by the axe. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, my kids had fun growing up in my house. Don't touch that one, it's promise.
You know those sometimes at gas stations they got that little squeegee so you can wash your windows or whatever. I've got a couple. I got a couple of those and took the handles off, and I made nunchucks out of those handles.
Oh
And those
shit.
are like that. Yeah, those like hard fucking resin. They will not break, dude.
And
I
they're
poured mine out of
lightweight and fun.
acrylic.
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
a
I've got
with a
some
steel
hardwoods.
bar in the middle.
Yeah,
I've got some made out of
Nunchucks, mind you, they are not really deadly. They can be if they're like super hardwood, but then they're kind of unwieldy. It's like you use it like a flail.
with training.
Yeah.
I have a fourth degree black belt and a fourth degree
Even though, I mean,
weapons
Bruce
master. I've been
Lee, I
using
mean,
it for years.
they're super fast, and you can kill with them,
I
but
can
not
kill you
from
with the 4-inch hat pin.
not me.
Yeah, anybody.
No, not
You walk
me.
up behind him,
Nope.
you insert it at the hole at the base.
I'm talking
of
about
the skull.
nunchucks. All right, hold on a second. I'm talking about nunchucks. All right, just
Yeah.
be clear here. Right? Don't be threatening me.
Depends on where
woman.
you hit with it.
I will deploy knife hands.
Where you hit.
Okay. Right. Yeah, as a choker. That's right. That's what I was trying to get to. You derailing me here, Karen. All right. Anyway, yeah. The nunchuck, as far as like, even if it's made out of hardwood, it's really hard to kill somebody with. It
Mine
does.
aren't made out of wood. Mine are made out of acrylic and steel.
Even then, because if they're, it has to be a certain weight, like it has to be heavy, super heavy to be. If it's light, it's not going to kill. That's the point. That's the point. That's the point of it. They can really mess things up, like your body wise, and you can have some type of blunt force trauma to the head, but not much. That's the thing. It hurts. It's like a crack, but a stick is more deadly than a pair of nunchucks.
I think my Eskrima sticks and my nunchucks are about, like I said, it depends on your training, your knowledge.
No, it really doesn't. No, it
It
doesn't. It doesn't. Like if we're talking blunt force trauma, a stick wins over nunchucks. Nunchucks have the advantage of being fast, and then of course you can use it to choke with, and you can destroy, some. I've had this crushed before. It didn't kill me. I've had my trachea crushed. It didn't kill me. So I'm saying, I'm telling you from experience and from my knowledge, nunchucks have never killed anyone. They're cool. They are cool, and they teach you some really good hand-eye coordination. And then you can actually choke with them, right? And you can break bones with them. But it is hard to kill with a pair of nunchucks. Just saying.
Unless you hit them directly right on that damn temple and boom, just knock them out. Even then,
I mean, I guess you could even knocking somebody out is hard to do.
With enough speed and force, you can crack the skull. You can crack the jaw.
It's the skull is harder than you think. It really is.
Yours might be, but mine is female and delicate and thin. Let me tell you something. I catch one here, it's going to be thin. Okay.
What you trying to say? You're a hard head? Is that what you trying to say? Hard headed.
I was being diplomatic about it. I wasn't going to say that out loud.
I still got a crack right here from a baseball bat. But anyway, I mean, it's when you come to melee weapons and things like it, they're good standoff weapons.
Yeah.
Like your stick. Your stick, you can get brutal with it. If you got a good Crimson or Kali stick, you can get brutal. I mean, because the stick is just like a sword. It translates the same kind of movements. But to really actually kill somebody, and even then, like a blade, a knife, a sword, they don't die right away. An axe, you could probably kill somebody with an axe or sword with blunt force trauma to the head because you crack the skull, right? Or you pierce the heart and you get that instant death. But otherwise, if they know what they're doing and they're trying to protect themselves and fight and run and move, right, and you're trying to hit them, it's going to take some time for them to not be a threat anymore. So that's why guns made a lot of these melee weapons obsolete, right? And armor and all that. But even knights in shining armor, with a big claymore, were still susceptible to grappling and a knife, like you got there, like you had their perfect knife for taking out a knight. Just get in between the plates of armor and stabby, and there you go. I mean, hold them down and stab. That's how you kill a knight. You know,
Yeah.
or with that Morning Star, that was the other progression, the evolution. It was like, oh, okay, now a knight with shining armor is now impervious to arrows and some arrows and blades. Let's go blunt force trauma on that ass. Let's use warhammers. Let's use the Morning Star. Let's use a mace. Let's use the actual the bow, the quarterstaff. I mean, you hit somebody. That was the thing about the quarterstaff. It was big. It was big, fucking 9-foot long pole. And if you hit somebody in the head with it, regardless if they're wearing armor or a helmet, it just crushed their skull. It just, what's up, Maccabeus? But that's where the whole the musket came into play and made all that just kind of obsolete, because now you have standoff distance, but yeah, the Warhammer and pick, yeah, that thing is nasty. I love that thing. But
the evolution's gotten all the way up to the point of fucking, some direct energy weapons or the rod of God for fucking space. You know what I mean? That's how standoff.
That's like yeah, exactly. You don't even have to be there. But now I actually, what's up, Bonnie? I actually see the evolution going back to armor, because now we have plate carriers. Now we have, brain buckets that are bulletproof and shit. And then it's a war race.
I mean, if you think about it, every soldier, the steel pot, the bulletproof vest, we never actually lost armor. We just minimalized it.
Well, yeah, exactly, because you're just protecting the vital organs, right?
Right.
As opposed to the now you can wear, you see your bomb disposal guys, and then the Marine Corps. I wish I would have had that. They have the collar going all the way up, and they got the pallet, the arm armor as well, and the side armor and nut armor. You're covering the whole torso and head, but still, I mean, it's you're dealing with threats that are, far away. Somebody that comes up on you with a knife, then you got to go to like riot armor, to deal with the blunt force trauma. It's totally different, different gear, totally different strategies. Because now you got a shield and you've got a neck piece, and the Japanese, I love their riot armor. They look like samurais of old. They do. What's up, real life? Yeah, baseball bat. I love my sawed-off baseball bat, man.
You got to understand, they've had about 1,000 or more years of wartime experience to understand how to build shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and what's up, Maccabeus? Oh, he's trying. Maccabeus is coming on here soon. Lawfully Armed, you still here? No. Look, Maccabeus. What's up, Maccabeus?
How you doing, brother?
Mac Actual. How copy, Mac Actual?
One. I copy, over.
All right, read you 5 by 5.
Taking heavy fire down here tonight.
All right, going to full send. We're going to send H.E. and Wooly Pete and Poop. So take cover. Oh man,
We had another big thunderstorm through here this evening.
Oh, did you really?
Big one that went there a few days ago. Yeah, it thundered like the other night. It's what hit here like the day before it hit you.
Damn, really? Yeah. So yeah, I seen that. I seen that in the radar. It was coming across the Midwest, coming right over Missouri and coming right through us and going off into like Massachusetts. It was wild, man. Like it was just constant lightning and constant rumbling. It just and then the rain came.
I got like 11 or 12 tornado warnings that night. I'm just like bam, bam, bam with
How are you living, huh? What's wrong with you? You got the arthritis? You're too young to be old.
Yeah.
My dog
I didn't know you was going live
arthritis,
tonight. I'd
y'all.
have checked YouTube sooner if I didn't know you was going live tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just kind of just impromptu did it. You know, I was debating whether or not to go live or not, but I got bored and I was like, "Fuck it, let's go."
I just got done picking mulberries and stuff, and finally sat down. It was like, oh my god, Mad Shad's on.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I got a bunch more trees here.
So I got mulberries and blueberries today.
Nice.
Like that next week. The peaches were ripening, so probably another week on the peaches.
Ooh, peaches.
I could
Very
live a
nice.
whole year on. I could live a whole year on mulberries, blackberries, and raspberries, gooseberries, blueberries.
I don't have gooseberries. I do have goji berries, elderberries,
That's true, Maggie. They don't.
and aronia berries.
That's cool.
If I do this, if I copy link and share, it might work. I probably should have done that. My due diligence. I didn't do my due diligence. There we go. I shared it. Shared out the live stream. Like it matters.
Maybe pour me some coffee.
Well, it showed up on my notifications. It said you had been going for an hour when I opened up the laptop.
Okay, right on. Yeah, it's YouTube has never treated me right.
He doesn't treat anybody right.
I'm too controversial. Always have been. You know.
I just don't know what you're talking about.
Regulation. Yes, and you can also dehydrate those leaves and turn them into a tea that you just drink every day.
Oh wow.
I don't know about you, but I don't like chewing green leaves. But
Unless
yes,
they're
you
coca
can
leaves.
harvest the young tender leaves. Don't get them old dark green ones, okay? Get the young tender leaves and dehydrate them and turn them into tea. Or tincture, just about anything else. Another good one for blood sugar is
I know to put up my
Jerusalem artichoke.
That's good to know about the mulberries. I think my previous is more time because I like to only take 3 sheets of that one.
You are breaking up a little bit on my end.
There
Yeah.
you go. There's my weapon stash nobody thinks about. I guarantee you I hit you upside the head with one of them and you're going to pay attention.
Quit threatening me, Karen. Oh, I hit you upside the head.
Well, you said I could display them as long as I wasn't touching them. Does that mean?
Yeah, but now you're making it personal. I don't want to be hit by a fucking skillet. I want,
I reserve that for idiots that show up drunk and demand me cook them some eggs or something like that.
no eggs and moonshine pickles, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Majik, what's up, Majik? You got a wakasashi? Yeah, the wakasashi's nice. I mean, yeah, the short sword.
I have one. I have katanas.
I have the katana. I want to get more medieval. I'd like a broadsword or a great sword.
Yeah, my son wants the
because-
long sword. I have a broadsword, but he
Yeah.
wants the long sword. And I looked at him
Two-handed.
like, you're 5'10". No, you got to be big to handle a long.
No, you
sword.
don't. No, you
Have
don't.
Power.
No, you
I
don't.
have power.
If it's balanced
No,
right,
it's all about leverage and the size. All right. So 3 pounds is too much for a sword. So you can get it that if you can get it lighter than that. And I know women. I watch a lot of HEMA. I know some women that can run a broadsword that will fuck
Now,
shit
I
up.
can handle a regular broadsword, but the
Like a hand
long
and a
sword,
half.
I have
Well,
trouble.
a broadsword, long sword, it kind of varies with the, but a long sword with once again, you're talking about that balance. If most of the weight is in the handle, you can manipulate it really well and make that blade very lively, where it just cuts and stabs really quick. It just takes a little bit of practice, you know. It doesn't take much, and I've seen women fuck shit up. I love my background is Japanese katana and shit like that, but I still love a good rapier or longsword, or the Hema, even the Japanese Tai Chi sword. But I like to hack and slash. It's just the Viking in me. So
I prefer the knives.
yeah, I mean, I like knives too.
I mean,
Uh,
I can use a sword, but
get something light. 2.5 pounds, 3 pounds. Anything more than that is unwieldy, even for big
I have
guys,
the piece I keep in
even
my,
for big men. I mean,
I keep
seriously.
a 38 in my belt. I keep a Beretta 380 in my boot. I keep my 22 in my bra. I keep a butterfly blade on my right hip, and I keep Italian steel switchblade in my other boot.
Oh damn!
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
It's fun when I go to the courthouse. I'm stuck out at the car going, all right, wait, I gotta go
Right.
back. I forgot the one in my bra, and I'll put it in the.
Allegedly, I've carried guns in the
Wait,
courthouse.
my
Fucking
boots.
Allegedly.
Because
allegedly.
you can't wear any weapon at all. I can always remember to leave my purse in the car and just take my wallet. But I always forget something on me.
Yeah,
Always.
those are fun too. The officer cavalry swords, the Mamluk swords, those kind of or what you call it? What are they? Hungarian. The Hungarians came up with it. Those Hungarian swords. Those are light. Those are good for slashing, stabbing, hacking. Cavalry. You think about cavalry or officer swords. They're very lively blade, one-handed. I like some of the Scottish bastard hilt swords. With the basket on it. Those are fun. The rapier. Oh man,
Right.
A rapier's nasty. Rapier's got that just tapered point, distilled tapered point, and it can slash and it can hack. Because it gets wide at the end, and you got some hand protection there. Yeah, I mean, I would be okay if they said, hey, guess what? There's no more guns in this world. I would be okay with that. I would. Yeah, machetes, right? Machetes.
Well, well, until all governments around the world get rid of all those guns and all those fucking guns, I'm not giving up mine.
I mean, I remember like some of the what was it called, the Badlands? You remember that? It was a show on the Sci-Fi. Badlands. I love that. Sunny, and basically all guns just kind of evaporated, and there were no guns allowed. Everybody used knives and shit, and they. Of course, they had the Fu Tai Chi, hit you from a distance shit. They had powers, right?
Oh, see, hey, I want some superpowers. I can do that. I don't need a gun if I have superpowers.
Right, superpowers. But everybody had a sword, right? And that was the thing. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay. I would sword and shield it, buckler.
I think I would go into explosives, natural explosives.
I mean, well, how you going to fight like that because you're dealing with people that are trying to close with you. You're going to keep everybody at bay with explosives. I mean, that's cool. I dig it.
Yes, I know.
But I mean, you're gonna have some sword, knife, and buckler. I'd carry a rapier and a buckler and an axe, just because an axe.
Oh yeah.
Pine saw on somebody and strike a match. It's just like pouring gasoline on them.
I mean, well, what if somebody takes that knife and throws it at you? Or because they got standoff distance, or they
sacrifice,
or they hit you with that bow and arrow from a distance. You're not going to see them. Or a spear. I love a spear. Oh my god, I love a spear. But what are we showing here? We're showing off toys. I'm not going to show my toys. I'm just too drunk to be moving around toys.
No, I just got up. I was like, that happens to be the three that I got. This one right, these two right here. You look at them; they almost look like lightsaber handles.
Oh, I know these. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah, I'm not trying to show off all my toys and stuff. I just that happens to be on standing. I'm looking at it right now. It's like when it comes down to swords and stuff. Yeah, I actually, man, I don't know. I don't know if I probably carry definitely my machete. I got a machete that I made. It's a two-handed machete. Um,
Wow,
it could be either,
two-handed.
huh?
That would be a pudao. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a pocket bonesy, so I can just throw this at you. Yeah.
Yeah. Four.
You can just knife hand you to death. That's right. I knife hand you. That's right. That right. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Anyway. I mean, yeah. I mean, that was the way.
Everybody needs
That
a
was the
little
way that
skeleton
people
always.
carry. You know, even a cane. Even a
Mhm.
cane. I mean, there was a sword master that he back in 1800s. He thwarted a lot of robberies with just his cane.
Yeah.
And he just did basic, simple moves. The kind of figure eight called. All hell, Bonesy. No, fuck that guy. But a stick. You think about Filipino, Crimsa, Kali, even some India. Everybody's got a stick. Everybody's got a little machete.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how they deal with their problems over there.
Yeah.
Cane Fu, yeah, Cane Fu. I've got a combat cane from XNYC OG Prepper. I love that fucking thing, man. I can beat somebody to death with that thing. Hell yeah.
Well, that's what it's all about, right?
That's right. I mean, and that's what it is. Look up the treaties. Rot Life, yeah. New cast iron biscuits gravy receipt ended up here. Yeah, gotta love the algorithms, right? But yeah, I mean, a good knife. I mean, with some that's what people carried, man. They carried a what they called a carrying sword or a one-handed sword, or and a knife. That's it. And a buckler. It got to the point where you had a little
deadly
buckler.
weapon you own?
Huh?
What's the most deadly weapon you own?
Deadly weapon I own? Right
My
here.
brain. My
That's right.
brain.
That's
Yeah.
right here. I don't need all that stuff actually. I mean, but
All right, now let me ask you this on that same level, like because I heard this question on another panel. But out of all your prep stuff, what is the one thing that you would that you can rely on your life with? What is this one thing out of all your prep?
A knife.
Skills.
Yeah, skills.
yeah, skills. But if you're talking about like something,
Like your items prep. Yeah.
I'd have to say an axe. An axe. Give me an axe.
Okay.
Give me an axe. I can go in the woods and build empire.
All right.
I can
said a
build
knife.
fortresses.
Yeah,
I
you
can
said a
build an
knife.
axe with a couple of sticks and rocks. And
But if I have an
sinew.
axe, I don't have to build it. With an axe, I can build anything.
Well,
You know.
if you know how to
Well,
flint
no.
it, you can make all that.
Yeah.
But I say a knife because with a knife you can harvest latching, you can skin out an animal, you can
You can do that with an
Water.
axe.
nails.
I can do the same thing with an axe.
I got a Granson box, and that it's primarily one of them kind of tools. I can skin with it and everything.
Yeah, I can build massive structures. I can dig with it. I can build other tools with it. I can protect myself with it. An axe. I have to say an axe.
Okay.
And even if it breaks, I can go the Karen route. I can flint at me an axe, right? I can make an axe out of the land. Yeah, give me an axe. A knife. I mean, I'm okay with a knife. I guess. I've done that too. That was my strategy as well. All I need is a knife. When you think about survivaling, that's all you need to do is make a knife. Even if you just go out there, and you got nothing, naked and afraid, you make a knife.
Daddy was a real hardcore son of a bitch, and he did. When we hit 16, he sent us out for 2 weeks wearing what we were wearing, and he gave us a knife.
Mhm.
Here, go hunt that bear for me, girl.
No, it was like a rite of passage. You had to survive for 2 weeks without help. You
Oh,
could call your friend. Well, we didn't have cell phones back then, but
I
you
love the
could have your
kukri.
friends meet you out in the woods and stuff. Daddy and Uncle Bill and Grandpa was out watching you, but you had to build a shelter. You had to catch your own dinner.
Yeah.
So
I've made
okay,
a couple of kukris.
now an axe, yes. A kukri would be the knife I would want to carry.
I've made a couple of those. Those are actually good style.
Kukri is a badass.
Yeah, because you can use it like an
Backslash.
axe.
You can, yeah, it's a chopper. It is a massive. It's the best
Yeah.
chopper in the world. I used to carry a kukri for a long time. I don't have a kukri. I need to get one, but I want the one I used to have. But a kukri, fuck yeah. Okay, so here's historical for you. The Gurkhas, which were from Nepal, mountain folk. I used to collect these knives. They all have their own special kukri in the village, but they were conscripted from for the British to fight. And during the wars, World War I, World War II, all the wars that Britain ever fought, and the Gurkhas went into battle. They would go into battle in trench warfare. They would start. They were just your regular troops, right? They had guns and they would assault and they would do the whole thing. But once they get into the trenches, they literally took their gun, threw it down, and grabbed their kukri and jumped in the trench and decimated everything. Their training consisted of, because they lived in a very mountainous jungle region. They would literally just, okay, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this kukri and I'm going to cut down an acre of bamboo just doing this. Okay. Next acre, I'm going to do this. Next acre, I'm going to do this. So that's what they did. That's how they trained. That's how their society was, their culture. And so a kukri, fuck yeah, a kukri is a badass. Absolutely. Skull to kukris.
I agree. I mean, they're beautiful design.
Yeah,
I like the multi-purpose thing. Because like I said, you can use that a regular knife, and as a chopper, you can use it as an axe at the same time. So it's dual purpose, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, dude. I took a kukri, and this is because they're usually made out of literally railroad ties, high carbon steel. Yeah, they take railroad ties. There's old railroads that run through the mountains, and they would cut the railroad ties and beat out a freaking kukri out of that railroad tie. So high carbon steel. I took a kukri and a hammer and cut a truck bed off
right?
a truck.
Not ties. The ties are the wooden beams under it. You mean the rail?
Yes,
or
the rail.
You mean the nails that they used?
Yeah, you got me, Karen. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the.
I made a knife out of the nails.
Yeah,
No.
that was cool. But no, the actual rails, the high carbon steel rails. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'm about 3 beers.
What
in
would we do without Karen?
Sorry, I've had a couple of drinks.
But okay, let me finish my thought here. My thought process is I literally took a hammer and a kukri.
Railroad tie.
I know. Thank you for the correction. But I took a hammer and a kukri and cut a truck bed, literally the whole fucking thing off a truck. That's fucking and it still was okay. Didn't roll anything. It was still ready to go. Yeah, Chow-Chow's got a badass obsidian knife. She has mahogany obsidian.
That's one thing I've never really explored on trying to do is any kind of flint knapping or anything like that.
I did it when I was younger. I got pretty good at it because I loved prehistoric caveman stuff. It's pretty cool. And you can use bone. That's using bone to make that serrated edge, and make it razor fucking sharp. Oh my god, the obsidian's like glass, so those things are super absurdly sharp,
volcanic glass.
And you think about I love the Tonga Maori, the Hawaiians, they would take like shark's tooth, and you would find like the Incas and the Mayas. They would use a basically like a paddle and insert either teeth, shark's
Right.
teeth, or obsidian. They would
Yeah.
break off little pieces of obsidian, and they could chop a horse's head off. Yeah, that's what Cortez found out the hard way. But and if it breaks or shatters, you just replace it, with another piece. Obsidians are super fucking sharp. Razor, like more than razor sharp. Great great for scraping. Great for
And
cutting.
Yep.
Actually,
an obsidian blade is actually sharper than a scalpel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Man, this is great conversation. What is it? 12:25. Oh yeah. This live stream is brought to you by. Let me put on my old man spectacles here. Yes. Yes, my old man spectacles. Come on, wake up. There it is. Okay. This is brought to you by Orange and Honey Wheat from Great Lakes. It's a very refreshing, crisp kind of beer. It's very refreshing. Yeah. I love Great Lakes. They're a local company here. They're doing pretty fucking good. And Skull. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
What? Oh yeah. What's the? It's 5.5% alcohol. Hey, what happened to Carrie? She disappeared.
She went to go get farm water.
Farm water? What is farm water? Farm water?
Strawberry farm water.
Oh damn. Okay. What is this drink?
You can see what the farm part is. It's herbage. Liquid herbage.
Oh, no shit. I see.
Yeah, I know the world's upside down, y'all. I'm buying this crap at the store and I'm having to sell my organic eggs on the street and back alleys.
Right.
Yeah, what the hell? Now we were kind of discussing that last night, right? With the independent farmers and large scale farmers, the regulations that are fucking going off. I found duck eggs around here. But they can only sell on certain days, and those are the days I'm not off.
Well, in Georgia, if you sell them for cash, you have to wash, irradiate, and refrigerate. If you were to sell them with the bloom still on to hatch,
good night, Holly.
You can sell them through the feed stores and stuff, but you cannot sell them. You have to give them away.
I literally, when I first moved here, I found a guy that had duck eggs, and I was buying his eggs, and literally it still had duck shit on them.
Right. Yeah.
It was
That's
great.
called the bloom. You don't wash the bloom off. They last.
Great.
Yeah. You don't have to refrigerate if you still got that stuff on.
Yeah, I left them on the counter.
Yeah.
I left them on the counter. He's like, they're fine as they are.
If you get a dozen a day like we do, you don't put those in the fridge. You can't. There's not enough room. I'd have to buy 3, 4, 5 fridges.
Well, send me some duck eggs. Let's go. I love duck eggs.
I'll call Carissa. She's got the ducks and the geese. I've got chickens and turkeys.
Oh, okay.
I got my daughter's homestead too.
What does a turkey egg taste like? I ain't never had a turkey egg.
They're really strong.
Really?
Yeah,
that's why I like the duck eggs. They have a rich flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot. Like you.
Yeah, I got a friend in South Georgia that emu eggs. They make family omelets out of the emu eggs.
Oh, they like the size of a freaking like bowling ball, aren't they?
Yeah, they're huge.
PAEMTL. I like the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's kind of dark. There's another one they make. I forgot to get it. It's a oak. It's an oak cast stout that they make. That's really fun. It's like 9-10%. It knocks me out. It puts my dick right in the dirt. But my favorite is called Conway from Great Lakes. It's in honor of a street policeman that used to work in Cleveland. Like, you know, the traffic cop, you know, and they stand in the middle of the intersection, and, you know, and they called him Conway. But it's like an Irish ale. That's my favorite. Just really nice, really pleasant. It's not overpowering. It's not like, you know, it doesn't give you that bitter beer taste or that smell. I hate their IPAs. I hate IPAs. The only IPA I like is Voodoo, the worst one actually, Voodoo Ranger. But that's only because of the nostalgic. It still stinks. It still tastes like shit. I don't know why people drink IPAs. It's horrible. But hey, I mean, people drink fucking straight Everclear too, so whatever.
I like the Voodoo Rangers artwork.
What is that, Maccabeus?
I like the Voodoo Rangers artwork.
Oh yeah, the artwork. Yeah, the artwork's badass. Yeah, it got the skull with the military hat on, the ranger hat, or it's got the. Yep. I'm scared. Karen has disappeared from the screen, and she's got something in her hand.
She's got something in her hand.
Now we brew this here in Chattanooga.
Oh yeah.
This is Chattanooga cask.
Okay.
It's very
like that
nice
bottle.
bourbon. 111 proof.
Woo! Damn. That's what oak cast was a bourbon.
It's a straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
It's a Tennessee high malt.
Okay.
I collect them. I have an entire freaking wet bar back here that you can't see. I've got some Jerry Garcia beer. I've got Iron Maiden beer. I won't drink the Iron Maiden. It's like ages old. I know that's skunky as hell.
Collector's item.
Yeah. I call it my retirement fund.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
Doesn't
exactly.
matter how bad times get, people are going to want liquor.
Yeah.
And then there's all the stuff I make myself. I mean, I drink my own wine. I drink my own liqueurs.
Nice.
That's the thing is, like, you know, I don't even drink alcohol, but I mean, I know how to make it. That's the reason why I got the still and I started fooling around with it. I don't do it very much anymore, but I mean, I still got all the stuff, and I know how to make a, you know, just regular corn liquor or whatever if I wanted to go that route, you know what I mean, or whatever I ferment, you know what I mean. But you know.
Well,
I can make mead, beer, wine. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, if you can do that, if you can go that far, all you need the next step would be distillation, and you make liquor. But yeah, I mean, you know,
that's why I said me and my brother get in, because he's got the still and he distills the hard liquor, and then Mama Karen makes it drinkable.
Yeah.
Makes it palatable.
You ever heard of this?
JR?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not familiar with that.
JR.
Ewing?
That's from the 80s.
Yeah, the J.R. Ewing from the fucking what was it? That TV show, Dallas.
Yeah, it's never been opened.
Wow, cool. Wait, who shot J.R.? Who shot J.R.?
Oh, what was her name? Hell. It's that woman, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I just remember that back in those days. You know, I remember that was the fucking thing back in during when Dallas was on TV.
Mm-hmm. But one thing
I
about
didn't watch all that.
for anything like total post-apocalyptic type shit, we got enough breweries and the craft of alcohol here. There's not going to be a shortage of that. I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, for a while, right? I mean, yeah. We'll still be able to get liquor.
You got to figure out how to get the sugars, and then you can, you know, make your own.
Oh, wait, okay. Is this Iron Maiden?
this is Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Eddie, there's Eddie.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
that's the
was
Confederate Eddie.
And then when I'm making tinctures and stuff like that, it's got to be the black label, y'all.
yeah.
Double
For
cook, never
medicine,
clear.
it's got to be the black label. It's got to be the 95%, which you're not going
I
to
use
drink.
rum mostly when I make mine.
Rum, I've heard triple distilled vodka, gin.
I got them all.
Yep, for tinctures. But yeah, Everclear is probably the
I
best.
prefer. If you're making a tincture, the quality of the alcohol doesn't matter because you're taking it by the dropper full, right?
Right.
So it doesn't have to be good quality. It just has to be really strong to get all to
Right.
pull all the medicine out of the plant matter when you're making
Right. Yeah, the baker's yeast. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you need brewer's yeast, which you can make your own. You can make your own brewer's yeast. You know, it's a process.
Got news
yeast and
for
whatever
you.
you're going to sugar.
Most wild berries have their own yeast on their skin. The white powdery residue on blueberries and blackberries, that is yeast.
Yep.
It doesn't work as well, but it does work. And then
Beets are good for sure.
if you're using brewer's yeast for wines and stuff, it's only for flavor. Literally, that's the only difference between brewer's yeast and bread yeast. Bread yeast leaves it tasting a little yeasty.
Well, it's also the chemical process. You got to have the yeast and the sugar and the water.
Yes, but you can use bread yeast just as easily as you can brewer's yeast. The only difference is if you use bread yeast, you still get alcohol, but you get a faint yeasty flavor to it.
Whereas when I was in jail, they used bread. They just use bread.
Yeah, just use bread itself.
Jail, they was using bread.
Yeah, you can if it's not cooked all the way.
Bread, fruit, yeah, make that hooch.
That's the way they do it in prison, y'all. Don't ask me how.
Oh yeah.
In county jail, I worked in prison. I never went to prison. A few times.
We made some damn, was it peach hooch or something like that when I was in Job Corps. Take some of the damn peaches from the damn the lunch line or whatever, and then put it in an old bottle and let it ferment underneath the damn porch of this building for like a week and a half or something. I'm gonna tell you, that stuff went down strong. I mean, it was like drinking Drano.
Did you get to travel overseas when you was in Job Corps?
No.
No.
Only 80 calories.
What about potato yeast? That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's good for
vodka.
Well, that's how vodka is made with potatoes.
Supposedly, I mean, it's there's other.
And there's not a lot
traditionally.
of starch. There's not a lot of yeast in potatoes. It's starch. Potatoes are high in starch. They have very little yeast in them. Very little.
What do you think? Well, I mean, what else would be the vodka be made out of?
They make grain vodka. Most vodkas are at this point are made out of grain. Russia still makes potato vodka. There's a company in America called Blue Ice that makes potato vodka, and it's one of my favorites because it's actual potato vodka, not grain vodka, and it tastes so good. It's so smooth. And
I mean, when it comes down to grain vodka, what kind of grain would it be?
Grain vodka?
Hops.
Yeah. Wheat. It would be wheat.
Yes, they use wheat instead of
Hops, wheat.
You know when you make bourbon and whiskey and stuff, it's clear until it's aged in an oak cask.
Right.
The tannins in the oak give it that nice brown color. That makes more the insides. But a potato vodka
Barley makes good
is made the same way as you make bourbon or anything else. It's just it's not stored in those oak casks. It doesn't take on that smoky flavor. It's usually aged in glass or porcelain or crockery.
Huh. Oh, look at that. We're learning about how to make alcohol.
Grandpa was a bootlegger, y'all. I'm sorry. I have knowledge. I grew up. I was a very curious child. I used to hide and listen to the grown-ups talk all the time.
Nice. Taking it all in. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
learn.
I like a good. I don't like a lot of bourbons, unless I add Coke to it. But some bourbons I'll like, and I love cigars too. So I'll pair cigars with drinks sometimes. You know, I haven't smoked a good cigar in a while. I might have to do that.
Jim Beam used to make a really good whiskey called Jacob's Ghost. It was clear.
Jacob's Ghost.
Yeah, it was actually called White Dog. It's not even like whiskey. It's called White Dog, and it's really good. It's the only alcohol I ever had that never gave me a hangover. I used to drink it all the time. They quit making it.
Wow, that was mead for me. Mead, I could drink a gallon of mead and not get a hangover.
That's because mead has electrolytes. The thing with getting a hangover is you get dehydrated. Alcohol dehydrates you. So if you drink Gatorade or Propel or something with electrolytes in it, if you electrolyte up yourself before you go to sleep, you won't wake up with a hangover.
I mean, it makes sense because the mead that I know how to make it uses oranges.
Honey is one of the
Yeah,
best
honey.
electrolytic.
Honey,
Drinks.
oranges, yeast, and water. I mean, it's called
Right.
the ancient orange recipe. That's what the original mead from the Vikings were made from. Yeah.
Well,
I wonder what that would.
so much as like wild plums and stuff. The little yellow wild plums. The moonshiners actually call them miners' gold because they'd go work the mines and they'd come up and they'd fill their pockets with those little plums, those little golden sweet plums, and they would throw it into their mash when they got home, where they would make a moonshine. Granddaddy did the same thing with muscadines.
Oh, I love muscadine.
He would pick muscadines and he would
Great
throw it
memories
into
as a
the
kid.
mash.
Getting drunk on that.
It gives it a much better flavor.
Yeah, I live with a girl that she was.
Yeah,
she
old
was,
Grouchy, you're right.
she was all about some mead. She went to the Renaissance fairs, and that's what she did. Is she would sell her mead, and she did it the old school way, right? You know, there was no sulfites added. It was 9 months 9 months to brew. You know, the process and all that. And I helped her out with it, you know, for I don't know, a couple of years, I think. You know, and that's what she did. And she tried everything. I loved her cherry. She made a cherry walnut. That was fucking amazing. Cherry walnut mead. But she played with everything.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But my favorite was what they called the ancient orange, which was just straight up oranges. You know, with the oranges, because adding some kind of fruit to it. You know, and honey. Oranges, honey, and sugar and yeast and water. It was very simple. It was it was a lot sweeter than I thought. Viking blood mead. There's also a Viking gin that is like it's not your regular gin. I don't know about Vikings blood mead. I mean, I guess you're talking about like. Because they would try to like throw different throw different fruits.
When you're making that mead, how do you let it sit and ferment for a little while? How long do you do that?
9 months.
If you do that?
9 months. 9 months.
Okay.
It takes 9 months.
Okay.
Beer and wine you can get away with a lot shorter time.
Right.
But it has to be 9 months for mead. That
Okay.
Now what they would do, they would cheat. That's what people are doing now. They add sulfites. That speeds up the process of the fermentation, so you can get more, get a quicker turnover. Nectar of the warriors. That's right. Odin sets in his in Valhall, and he literally while everybody's feasting, he drinks wine. And that's the other thing too, is that you could make this. Most people, medieval times and on up into Western times, the water was so bad that was the best way to purify your water. And they would make a low alcohol grade, beer or wine that everybody drank, because the whole process purifies it.
I got a question whenever you got an opening.
Yes, sir.
You called it Valhalla. Is that the same as Valhalla? What's the difference there?
Yeah. The original name is Valhall, like Valhall, right? Hull. It's spelled Valhol. The name Valhalla comes from a Italian opera, and so that was the way that the Italians, when they read the sagas and they made operas, they till Valhalla. That's where the horns came from, right? The whole misconception of the Vikings, and they called it Valhalla. But yeah, the actual name is Valhall. There's also Freya Hall. So there's two halls that we know of. Two halls. Freya has her own hall, and then Odin has his own hall. We don't know much about what's going on in Freya's hall, but Freya gets half of the warriors that die in battle. I don't know what goes on there, but Freya is supposed to be the most beautiful being in all the 9 realms, and also the associated with the goddess of sex. So if I go to Valhall, I'm probably going to visit Freya Hall too, right? Just
Well, the thing about Freya and the sex is it's the ultimate worship experience. It's the closest you can get to the afterlife is during climax.
All right, the la petite de morte, right? The little death,
Yeah.
right? But she was a Vanir, which meant that she used sex in her magic. So she also practiced sex magic. So did Odin. That's what he learned as well. But during the Vanir and the Aesir had a war, and after the war, they, as a treaty, they mixed. They get basically like what you see with other historical countries, right? You have a war. Hey, let's not have a war anymore. Here's my daughter. You can have her as your wife. Here's my son. You can have him as a husband. Mix the two warring factions so that there's bloodlines are connected. And that's where Freya came from. Always about organic effects. What's that? What's up, Wayne? Wayne Sanford. It's always about organic effects. Late night unsupervised. That's right, Majik. We are unsupervised. We're talking about everything. Yeah. I don't know. What's up? What y'all want to talk about? Y'all got me talking about Viking shit.
I like listening to Viking history.
Take a poll and let the chat decide what we talk about next.
No, that's a bad idea. What's up, Vanessa? No, the chat's where it's at.
I like history in general, but so it don't matter what.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I mean that's the thing too about the Norse and the Viking age. We really don't know much. They didn't write down a lot of shit.
Nope.
I seen a thing. They always said that mushroom is what gave them the power whenever they berserked. And I guess they went over and excavated some graves and done some DNA tests and all this. And it was actually one of the hemlock.
Yes, they made a hemlock beer.
Yeah.
It
wasn't that mushroom. It was the hemlock.
Yeah, and hemlock will kill you if you ingest too much of it.
In ceremony, they would hype themselves up before battle with ceremony, where they partook of the hemlock drink and the mushrooms simultaneously.
We really don't know.
It kind of Actually, we do in the Greenland sagas and the Icelandic sagas, where they wrote everything down.
but
They were all
not
highly
everything is. So the thing is the sources come hundreds of years later after the Viking Age. There's very few, like the Volso sagas, the Havamal. There's very few. The Codex Redux. The Codex Redux is actually, like, and of course Snorri Snorrason. But the Poetic Edda and the Poetic sagas. The Poetic Edda is supposedly older, but it was written hundreds of years after the Viking Age, so it's tainted by Christianity. That's where we get the Beowulf. The Beowulf story was a absolute story about Christianity taking over the Vikings. So
here, I thought it was about the Neanderthal group that still lived up there that they warred with all the time.
no, that was those people. I forget their names. They're like wood folk. I forget their names. But they were the wood folk. They were like gypsies of the woods, and the Vikings were like, well, they're just wild. They're just wild people. But they also had their main was called the Volspa or Volsa or Volva, right? That's where we get the Volva, and these were basically witches that practice sexual type of magic. It's called animalism, where they prayed and tried to invoke gods of the spirits of the land, kind of thing, and the gods themselves, right? It eventually vulva and that kind of took over. That kind of went away, and it came into more of a type of Aesir type of religion, where you had Odin and Thor and Freya, and but the animalistic Vanir, they were the gods of magic that the Aesir were fighting against, and so they brought their magic into the Aesir and into the Nine Realms, and that's where we get the whole witch kind of thing. And yes, they were majority of them were female, and then of course there were the Arger and Rager, which were feminine males that would join into the magic as well. Odin himself was kicked out of Asgard for practicing vulvanism, so to speak, because it was like sex magic, But during his time when he hanged himself and basically sacrificed himself to himself, before he did all that, he got thoroughly fertilized, and then committed suicide, which he's immortal, so he can't die. And he hung from the tree of Yggdrasil for 9 days with no food, no water. And that's where we get the runes, spoken word or written word.
That's also where we get the resurrection from. Everything in Christianity is taken from the peoples they conquered. It was much easier to absorb some of their culture and their traditions to get them to capitulate.
Kind of. Yes, kind of. So the goddess of hell, her name is Hel. So there is a point there, but it's also a emergence of Christianity that came from that Israel, Jerusalem kind of area, and then of course they mix with this Vikings, the Norse that created their own pantheon as well, but that also has a lot of ties to Proto-Indo-European, Mongolian, Asian, and Indian type of gods, and type of pantheon. So it kind of, you can see a lot of correlation.
You're breaking up.
Uh-oh. I see. Oh,
Yep.
what the fuck? Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah, I
see me?
can hear you. Yeah, you were doing some glitching for a second there.
Okay. Yeah, there is a lot. I seen that. Everybody just started glitching and pixiating on me. It's crazy. And we lost Mac. And Mac is back. Mac is back. The Mac attack. Entraps you into your own desires. Maybe. Mac, I see you. Can you hear us, Mac? Mac Actual, come in, Mac Actual.
Boy,
You're roboting.
good boy. He is a good boy.
Entrapped in your own desires. Entraps you into your own desires. Can you hear us, Mac? Wow, Mac is glitching hard. You're roboting. Ace. Yep. Freezing is the AI. Is he AI? No. I'm glitching. Anyway.
I
Carry
must
on
be
here.
special. I haven't glitched yet.
Yeah, you've had great signal. Oh, did we lose Anarchy? Wingnut? I think we did. Just lost Wingnut. Anyway, I don't plan on staying on here too long. Tell you the truth.
I'm going to toast Zombie here for y'all. Why isn't he here tonight?
Oh, I don't know. Who knows what happens? Vulva, yeah, right. Vulvaism, right? Vulva, which where we get the name vulva. Yes, I did. Don't make me pull out my notes. Good night, Cha-Cha. Oh, I hear a train. What's up? I see a ghost.
Not here.
I see the train coming. It's coming around the bend. I don't know the minute. I don't know when. I don't know the song.
It is getting
Anyway.
late, guys. I'm going to have to hang up myself because I know those dogs are going to start barking about 4 o'clock in the morning to go out.
Right? Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Karen, for hanging out with us.
thanks for the impromptu.
Have
I
a good
actually
night.
enjoyed my evening.
Have a good sleep.
Yep. Night, guys.
Right on. Yeah. Very cool. Good night, Karen. Let's go.
Let's see if I can do this.
Boom. There she goes. Mac, can you hear me? Can you hear us, Mac? Thank you. Independent Men United, dropping everybody's links. Just amazing. Everybody in chat, Ace, Anti, Independent Men United, Robert Ham. I
can hear
hear
you
you. Yes, I can hear you too.
Signal's bad tonight. Yeah. Yeah, this storm's
Damn,
blocking a
man.
lot of signal, I think.
Your storm.
I did get a lot of the water flow problem resolved. A couple days ago, I went out north side of the building and where I'd done all the dirt work and all the rain, because I ain't done much of anything for the last couple of years, and it had washed a lot of the dirt away, and I got all that fixed and put some like barn metal up against the building so it rolled the water away. So that cut out about 80% of the water flow problem I've been having.
Wow. Just kind of redirected it, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Divert it. Oh, I was saying good night, folks. All right. Good night. Oh, you're saying good night to the folks leaving. Okay. I should leave here too. I should get out of here. I wanna get hit the range tomorrow. I do. And I want to get there at a decent hour. Yep. Do some work. I want to build my little, build a little course for myself, or a little training course. So I can stay up to par. It's been a while. I mean, the range shut down. I was like, oh, dude. And then I went over there and volunteered to work. I only worked one day. And it's pretty interesting because it's a nonprofit volunteer kind of thing. No, Ace, I didn't get my can working yet. I need to get off my ass and order that spring. I got to check my finances. I spent a lot of money today. So we'll see. But yeah, they've been shut down. They shut down like every year to do maintenance. They gotta clean the traps and the water, and they gotta move brass. They got these big Gaylord, the big massive cardboard box tubs full of brass, full of lead and copper. And then the water they take and they put it in 5-gallon buckets and age it for a year, and it turns into this like styrofoam lead. Like you can just break it apart, and they sell it like one of those Gaylord. I'm gonna call them Gaylords. They call it there's a company, people, they pay like $5,000 for one Gaylord full of lead or brass or whatever. And the buckets, they take those buckets and they dump them into a Gaylord. You get this like, styrofoam type. Basically, it's the water, right? And they just allow the water to evaporate, and you just got this styrofoam lead bricks that you can just break apart. They weigh nothing. I was like, oh shit. And we got, what's up, Bob? And we got to wipe everything down, because everything's covered in lead. Everything. Yeah. The lights. Oh man, I got on the light detail, and to take these lights off, and they're glass, and you got to wash them out. Like a kind of a Fabioso kind of material, the green stuff, and it's a lot of work. I'm like, damn. And they do this every year, and there's this one guy that. That's what his job is, to work the traps and to do maintenance on the pumps, and and one guy runs the back shed, with the forklift and everything. And they just need volunteers that are come in and right. Gaylord was in. We got Bob. I guess I'm not leaving yet. What's up, Bob?
Not much. Just wife made some bratwurst and handed it over a moment ago, so let's eat.
Let's eat. That's what you were saying.
Let's eat, baby.
Let's eat, man.
Bratwurst and some horseradish, and I'm going to some potatoes.
I'm seeing Bob.
You don't see Bob, Mac?
No, you buffering's probably on my end.
Yeah, you're roboting. What's up, Pilgrim?
What are you talking about? Like some range lead or something like that out of the rifle range? Oh, okay.
Yeah, rifle range lead. And I was just geeking out on all that stuff, man. They custom built. Go ahead, Mac.
What's the company make out of the styrofoam lead that they save?
I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know. But they buy it.
Yeah.
They buy it. I don't know. Whatever. Unsupervised extended version. Yeah, the British. That's right. The unsupervised extended version. Yeah, and I can take as much brass as I want, or lead, or whatever. The lead is mixed with copper. So you got to smelt it, But it's
probably the copper jacket that shatters when it hits it. Yeah.
It meshes with the lead. So you've got this copper just like covering this lead that's covering it because they smash together on the trap. They've got a V trap, right? So the bullets come in and it funnels in, and there's water there that catches the initial lead that splatters into that one trap. They got a series of conveyor belts and traps. This thing was like custom made. Like took like $100,000 to make, and I was like, damn, it was like done. It was amazing. They said that it was done during the Obama era because that's when the ATF was coming after gun ranges or gun stores that had their own gun ranges and over regulating them, going with them with OSHA and all the regulations. And a lot of gun ranges shut down. They're like, fuck it, we don't want to deal with this. But the way that this store got around it is they made it a nonprofit.
Oh.
Yeah. So and it's all members only. So I'm a member. To shoot at the range, it's not open to the public, right? Members only. We pay dues, and we do volunteer work in there. So that's how they got around it. So
that's cool.
I recall the 57th Fighter Weapons Wing when I was in the Air Force. They flew some A-10s. The A-10 captures all of those 30 millimeter brass, and it flies it back to base. And I went to their weapons area. My God, I'd never seen so much brass in my life. They're all this big. They're huge, empty brass. They had 5x5 tub skids full of that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. They must have sold it for scrap. I don't know. Maybe they
reloaded it.
Probably reloaded it. But that wasn't done at our base level. That one got trucked out and went somewhere else. But
damn,
literally tons of those empty shells. Like, fuck, man.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been impressive to see, man. 30 Mike brass. You stick your hand in the freaking make a coffee cup out of it or something, Oh man.
So is that what you mostly worked on, was the fighter planes, Bob?
Yeah, I've worked on F-16s most of the time. Yeah. But at our air base they had a little bit of everything, even some of the old A7s, A10s, F-15s. They were different squadrons, but my wing was F-16s.
Right on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But weapons was a different division. I was a hydraulic specialist, and weapons were separate from us. And one day, one of those 30 millimeter shells detonated inside the weapons building.
Oh shit.
And if I remember right, it outright killed one of the guys, and the other guy was found wandering around the airbase lost. It rattled his brain.
Oh my God.
Right? From what I heard, he's probably never going to be right in the head again. Imagine having an artillery shell that big blowing up right in front of you. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what caused it to prematurely explode?
I never found out. I don't know. It could be static electricity. It's hard to say. I really don't know.
Wow. Fascinating stuff, man.
Yeah.
Usually
cool.
when I'd be out on the flight line troubleshooting, repairing one of the airplanes, when the weapons guys, those are the bomb loaders, the gun guys, all that, as soon as they would show up, and if I'm at that airplane, I'd get the hell out of there. I didn't know what they do, and I'm not getting near that shit. They'll run you off anyway. You got to clear out. You got to go. You got to go. We're gonna load up all kinds of nastiness, man. Holy crap! Missiles and rockets and all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you what, those guys practice. Yep. Yep. Those guys practiced all the time. There was one hangar that was dedicated to those guys to go in there and practice. And that's what they did 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Impressive, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, like a pit crew in in Indy 500. I mean, you know, the freaking, you know, the plane has to land, it has to refuel, it has to get a good checkup, get the hydraulics checked, and it's got to get rearmed and go right back out again.
Right
You
back.
know, like you got, I don't know how long. So how long does it take to do all that for you know, a plane or a jet fighter?
Yeah, the turnaround.
Well, turnaround is less than 30 minutes for everything. Everything. I mean, when we would go into full on exercises, they'd reload the ordnance quickly. I mean, these guys are fast, man. In about 30 minutes, rearmed with bombs, rockets, missiles, all that. And the pilot's still up in the cockpit. And he would drive, and the engine's still running. This is, you know, operational readiness. And he would pull out, and like my position would be where some of the crew chiefs would refuel the airplane while it's running. And it would be me and some specialists would stand behind the ready line with our tools in case we're needed, and just stand there. And they refuel the thing while it's running, and then they pull it out to end of runway. Or actually, pilot would drive it out. 30 minutes, maybe more, maybe less. It depends upon what kind of ordnance they're loading up.
Wow. Wow. That's pretty impressive, though. I mean,
yeah,
you know, it's everything, and that's
everything.
multi-million-dollar piece of machinery there. You know.
But that's why the Air Force was real particular, because if you're a hard head or a hot head and people can't work with you,
yeah,
the old sergeants would put you out. That's it. If you're a troublemaker, you're out. They will dishonorably discharge you out. You're done.
I heard about that the Air Force didn't take other branches like the Army and the Marine Corps. You know, they didn't really take us because, well, we're hotheads, right?
I knew a couple guys. One was a Marine, and they put him in the cookhouse. Another guy was Army, and he was driving the petroleum truck around to refuel the airplanes.
Right.
But usually it wasn't common. They want somebody off the street who can get through all the training, and you better fit in. Because
right.
In my time, all the guys with the stripes, they were all Vietnam vets, all of them.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and they recognize a troublemaker right away. And one of those guys that gets you written up a couple times, and if that happens, you know, you're on your way out. That's it. Troublemaker, idiot, whatever. You're done. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't last 1 week there. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Well, it was pretty easy. They tell you what you need to do, go do it.
Right.
Don't argue, don't cry. Go in there and fix the airplane, and fill all the forms out and all that stuff. And okay, what next?
Yeah,
what
paperwork. Yeah, that's I have PTSD, paperwork trauma syndrome.
You know what they call that, don't you?
What?
PTSD. Panties.
Panties?
Dirty panties, yeah. I just read that today on Facebook.
Dirty panties? What? Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Well, I tell you what, folks, I am very, very tired. It is 15 after 1. Wow, we've been on for like almost 4 hours. Wow. Almost 4 hours. Bob, I'm sorry. You just coming in here. But
that's all right.
Yeah, great conversations, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me up. Good to see you guys. Take care.
You as
all.
well,
You
Bob.
too.
And I'm going to finish these
Y'all.
delicious bratwursts. I'll have you know, though, I was going to send my wife to Guantanamo Bay until she made these bratwursts. I might keep her around.
Oh, Lord.
Out you
Right.
go, missus. Get on the airplane. You're going.
Oh my God, you would have got chunkulid.
God bless.
All right, yeah, Mac. I want to thank you for the Mad One the character that you made. That's pretty cool. And I seen the one you made for Trent. I shared it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shared it. Yeah, I made a video of it. Yeah, that's
Did
pretty
you?
cool. I like the idea of like these. And I'm not going to talk about the other characters. I'll let you do that. But I found those comical, and it really tells its story.
Yeah.
You know, I can see some kind of story evolving from it. I think you should run with this.
Yeah, there's like five villain gangs that I'm building, and there's a
Okay.
whole bunch of characters. I haven't even like cut into the whole mass of it all. There's little towns and trade routes, and it's gonna be massive by the time I'm done with it.
I mean, you making all these like characters. I want to see either a game or a movie come out of this. You know?
Yeah.
That'd be badass.
That's why I say if something big comes out of it and it turns into some money, anybody that like you and Vision, I'll put y'all in on it.
Buy me a Pepsi. I don't know.
Buy you a new rifle.
Hey, that'll work. I'll gladly accept that. Yep.
I'll
Yeah,
keep you
thanks,
updated
brother.
on it.
Yeah,
You too,
very
brother.
cool. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. Unsupervised Saturdays. I am out of here.
All right.
So
Y'all have a good one.